Daze live. This is obviously Smackdown live, and it is the day after a very memorable Raw. I hope everyone is okay. I hope everyone has recovered from what was a very emotional Monday Night Raw. I see, hello Vegan, how you doing? I see Vegan saying he's good, he's reeling from last night. Hello Voltrex, hello Future Marine. Unstoppable Lunatic says JWHAHAHHW, so if any of you code crackers out there can work on that one. Hello Ashley Drury, hello Christopher Tristan Danger, hello Nathaniel, Dean Winchester, how do you pronounce that? Hummerira. Wow, that is a really nice name that I just completely have mispronounced. But thank you very much for joining us, my friend. Let me know how I actually pronounce that name. Break it down for me. I struggle. Hi Daze, how did you like Raw? Yeah, well, I suppose we need to start, don't we, with that. We need to start with Monday Night Raw. And I've kind of done a few videos on it. I feel like I've got my thoughts kind of out there in the world. I certainly feel like I've got myself together a lot better than when the news actually broke. It's the overriding sympathy that you have for Roman Reigns, isn't it? It's kind of like you're trying to process it yourself. Equally, you're trying to, think, well, okay, what's the next steps for Roman? How long could Roman be out for? What kind? I'm trying to think of, like, do I know anyone that's been through that? What kind of treatment is he going to go through? You're kind of processing so much information. And I have worked with people, and there's people in my family that have suffered from cancer. And as I said, I think it kind of sadly touches all of our lives one way or another. To kind of have that news come out the blue, I don't think that news was known. It wasn't leaked. I didn't know that he'd had leukemia previous. And so, if you think about the amount of stuff that leaks, if you think about the amount of stuff that we find out about before it actually happens, I'd say it's got to be like 90-odd%. But one of the biggest, most important things in the history of wrestling, like the legitimate health of one of their top superstars, no one knew. No one, well, Roman knew, and I'm sure Vince knew, but yeah, no one knew. So I still question whether it was the right way to deliver the news. I still question whether maybe they should have given us a bit of a heads up, because yeah, it was a real shock. It was a real shock. But I've got my head around it. I hope you've got your head around it as well. I hope that things are a little clearer now for everybody. And obviously now it's just overwhelming love and support for Roman Reigns. Yes, that's kind of my stance on the Roman situation. Obviously no more news. We don't know how long he's going to be out for, when he might be back, if he will be back. I mean, it could be that serious. No one knows, or certainly no one's saying. So we've got all of that. George Price, before we move on to Dean Ambrose, long-time viewer, and your comment just jumped off screen. That's why you lurk in the shadows, isn't it? Because you know that when your moment was going to come, I was going to botch it, and I absolutely botched it. I'm going to go VAR, my friend. I was interested in your comment there where it started long-time viewer, and then it disappeared. Let me find it on the old VAR. Whilst I am finding that, we can talk about Dean Ambrose, and really, was it the right time for him to do what he did? Difficult, very difficult. My gut feeling was no. My gut feeling was that it wasn't the right time. But I think the more I've thought about it, the more I've kind of wrapped my head around it, I feel better with it. I said it in my kind of review video. I will go on record as saying it was the right time. I'm still not comfortable saying that. It still doesn't feel right saying that. But I just think that it's going to have had Roman's blessing, I'm sure. Like, they would have got the Shield together. They would have spoke to them, gone, look, this is what we're thinking of doing. And I'm sure they all would have been on the same page. So no one's going to have been upset by Dean doing that, apart from the fans. But it's meant to upset the fans. That's the point of it. So I don't worry about the fans being upset, because that's its purpose. It's a heel turn. It's meant to be a surprise. You're not meant to like it, right? You can say that it's not tasteful, and I definitely hear arguments for that. But my feeling on it is that if they have said to Roman, look, we're going to do this, and they've spoke to Dean and spoke to Seth, and everyone's on the same page, and they go, look, I'm going to make my... I mean, Roman didn't stick around by the looks of it. Roman made his announcement, and he left. So really, the second Roman left, the show goes on. So I can't really criticise him. Do you know what I mean? Anything that happened after Roman left, as long as he was like all right with it all, knew about it, it's like, we're going to do this, just so you know, then I'm going to say that it was the right time, because it was a shock. I actually said earlier in yesterday's stream, and again, I'm sorry that I'm talking so much. I've got a lot to say. There's a lot that happens. Yeah, you might remember in yesterday's stream, I was like, I really hope that the Shield just disband. I remember saying this around this time yesterday. I was like, I hope the Shield just disband, because if Roman turns, I'd be down for that. That'd be a real shock, and I'd be down for that. If Seth turns, it'd be okay. We've seen it before. No one's expecting Seth to turn, so it would be a shock, but okay, it'd be okay. I don't want Dean to turn, and I said that yesterday, early on in the stream. I said I don't want Dean to turn, because everyone is expecting Dean Ambrose to turn, and through, you know, circumstance and obviously grave misfortune, they found a way of turning Dean that shocked the world, or should I say the universe, the WWE universe. They found a way to turn Dean Ambrose and give us one of the all-time shocking moments. I mean, a moment equally as shocking as Seth turning, I feel. A different moment, because Seth was out the blue, didn't expect it. Now, you didn't really expect this, because it was moments after they won the tag titles. Obviously, because of the news earlier in the night, it's got a lot more emotion connected to it. It's, yeah, I still can't really figure out how I feel about it, but it was a shock. It was a shock. So, very emotional roller coaster episode of Monday Night Raw. It has to go down as one of the most iconic, most historic episodes of Monday Night Raw of all time, without a shadow of a doubt. Who do you want to win on Sunday, Nikki or Ronda? I want Nikki to win, to be honest. I want Ronda. Right. Let me just read what George said, and then I will spend some time with the chat. I'm not ignoring you. So George says, long-time viewer, first-time commentator. Or commenter, sorry. Saw some news that Roman had missed a few days of live events, but wasn't headline news. However, love your content and enthusiasm. Love you, man. Yes, so obviously we know that news now about Roman missing those live events is sadly because his leukemia had returned. A leukemia that a lot of us didn't know that he had to begin with, or had suffered with to begin with. Really came out the blue. I thought the way that he delivered his promo speech from the heart was heartbreaking. I mean, you can't even review it. You can't even go, I really like he said this, but I'm not sure he should have said that. It's absolutely irrelevant. The man should have said whatever he wanted to say. He did. It was perfect. Lovely. Yeah, he got the message across. It was emotional. It was heartbreaking. It's a moment. It's a moment. And maybe he wanted to share that moment with us. I mean, here's me saying maybe they should have said something on Twitter beforehand and, like, warned us in advance. But maybe Roman wanted us to kind of sharing the news and hear it together at the same time, and don't know. A lot to think about, but we move on. We were only hit with the news about Roman last night. This guy has been battling with this for 11 years, so it's not new to him. He knows exactly what he will go through and what he needs. Yeah, I agree with Vegan. He's going to have a plan. He's going to have the best medical support there is. He's got enough love and affection from all of the WWE universe, and there's really not much more you can say, is there? There's really not much more you can say. Just hope that he gets all the help, love, support he needs, and comes back and sets WWE on fire once again. We need to look forward to SmackDown, though. That was Raw, and we need to look forward to SmackDown. I'm hearing Rey Mysterio is going to be on Miz TV tonight, which could be exciting. I'm also hearing that we're going to get more build for Charlotte and Becky. Obviously, there was something that happened at the Performance Center. Charlotte went and spoke to like the NXT talent, the Performance Center talent. She was down there talking to them, and then Becky jumped her and attacked her from behind. So we're going to see the fallout of all of that as well. There's one thing I just want to tell you that's completely not connected to anything. And I swear, this is absolutely true. What I'm about to tell you is absolutely true. I'm not lying. It is absolutely true. My mouth, even right now, the roof of my mouth is completely numb. Completely numb. I cannot feel it. When I like breathe in, I can feel it tingling. It's got like that numb sensation. And it is all because, I don't know if I've got the box, those hot tamales. You know, the forfeit that I had to do yesterday. And I can remember saying yesterday, I'm not going to lie, this isn't the worst forfeit. Like, it's not enjoyable. It's hot. It's uncomfortable. It says, I think, on the packaging, if you have, only take one at a time. If you have more than one, it could cause irritation. And I had 11. I have done it before, and I don't remember the effects lasting this long. But even now, I am sitting here, and it is legitimately uncomfortable. It is legitimately uncomfortable. It's numb. My tongue's numb. It's been numb all day. I just want you to know that I absolutely did not cop out on a forfeit yesterday. This has had longer term effects than any other forfeit I've ever done. Any other forfeit I've ever done. Even like vinegar or anything. Nothing has affected me for this long after as the one I did yesterday. Crazy, innit? Crazy. Today's forfeit, if it lands on it, I really hope it doesn't. We've still got our bean boozled. Now, what's interesting about these is it's got flavours like dead fish, skunk, rotten egg, bath, spoilt milk, yeah? And you might see some other YouTubers, I've seen people doing it where they take one and they're like, oh, is this going to be skunk or is it going to be licorice? And they go, oh, it's skunk, right? That's not what we do here, yeah? We don't mess around. What we're going to do is we open the bag and I will have half of them. I don't care what they are. And they will all be mixed in my hand and we just eat the lot. It's guaranteed. Even if it was all the nice flavours, it is guaranteed to be disgusting. Who wants to have coconut and licorice? And they're the nice flavours. As I said, it's got mouldy cheese, booger, canned dog food. Just like some truly awful stuff. I think taste-wise, this might be, when we've done this before, the worst tasting forfeit. So I'm really not looking forward to that. I could really just do with a nice, enjoyable evening, let me tell you. Vegan saying I'd lay off putting anything in your mouth, to be honest. Yeah, do you know what? That's probably true. It's probably true, but I can't think of too many forfeits that... Because if I'm being honest, right... there's things that I could do on Twitter, for example, but I don't want the forfeits to ever cause anyone else discomfort or anything like that. So, do you know what I mean? I wouldn't want the forfeit to be, you've got to say something nasty to one of the wrestlers. I mean, first of all, I don't want to, right? Because I respect them. So why would I want to do that? I understand it's a forfeit, so you should do something that you don't want to do. Yeah, I don't want to. I don't want to do that. If I'm going to have a forfeit, then I suffer, and I can only think of, I don't know why, eating things, and that's why there's been so many like things that we've or drinking things. So I don't know. I might have to think of some different kinds of forfeits, but that's maybe for the future. Shout out to Fire Vixen 6876 Boysworth. McBloggers says, Newark, New Jersey in WWE. Fans are still waiting for attendance. What does that mean, dude? Because they're there now, aren't they? Are you saying fans haven't gone in, or... what do you think about Crown Jewel? I think it was funny, actually. At the weekend, the news was breaking that Saudi Arabia were going to confirm that that journalist had died and had been killed. And I said at the weekend that the next 72 hours are going to be critical, because as soon as they say he's dead, it looks like he's been killed, then there's a murder investigation and this whole thing goes to a different level. They did that. There's now been a really, I mean, this is really political. I know it's maybe not entertaining. It's definitely not entertaining, but it is wrestling related. Because today the family of the man that was killed went to see the Prince of Saudi Arabia. And it's believed the Prince of Saudi Arabia was kind of allegedly behind it all. So you've got this really awful, awkward meeting between these two. And the more this is going on, the more uncomfortable it is. I don't see how they can do it. I even saw something on Twitter earlier that said that they are now, WWE, sources are saying WWE are now giving serious consideration to pulling out of Saudi Arabia. Not just they're looking for a plan B or stuff like that, but now they're seriously talking about it. Like, I think the Saudi Arabia thing is only going to get worse as this week progresses. Hello, C Wrestling. Sean Kester. George Price saying he agrees that the Dean turn was unsettling, but might have been the right time. That's my feelings. Hello, Infinite T Gaming. Daze, not sure if you're going to see this, but got through a tough time in my life. I lost my Uncle James. Your vids are some of the reasons that I was cheered up. Hashtag thank you, Daze. Hashtag thank you. That is from Lee McDonald. Lee, it's not you that should be thanking me. It's me that should be thanking you. Because it's you guys that join the streams and watch the videos that allow me to make videos. I mean, it's weird in a way, isn't it? Because it's like you guys vote, don't you? I mean, we all do. We all vote for the channels that are going to succeed because you watch them. If you watch them, they succeed. You know, there's struggling YouTubers out there that are fantastic, that definitely deserve to be watched, and with time will be. You know, you've just got to, you just need that lucky break. I mean, for me, my lucky break was maybe the second toy hunt I did. I remember the first one doing okay, like good numbers for where my channel was back in 2016. So I was doing like sit-down talks where it's like, these are the people I think should be in the Royal Rumble, or this is the history of Indian wrestling, or, you know, whatever. I just wanted to talk about wrestling. So I was putting videos out like that, And then I did a toy hunt because I thought it'd be different and I thought I could make it fun. And did okay, but it was the second toy hunt. It was the Finding Finn Balor. So, some of you might have seen it. The one that's like where I go into Smith's and I cannot find it, and then it turns out it's like buried at the very bottom. I swear a customer had that in 2 years later. I swear that it wasn't there when I walk in, and I swear that a customer must have had it in their hand or something like that, because you can see when I'm going in and I'm looking for it and I legit can't find one, and then I find one, and I don't know if it was that moment of being able to find it and like the satisfaction of that moment. I don't know if that was my moment, my lucky break, if people connected with that because people watched that and went, that's happened to me. Yeah, I've been looking for a figure and then just found it in a random. That's happened to me, and you know, maybe they left the video a like and checked out another video or whatever it might have been. But things started to move for me then. Yeah, no. Long story short, Lee, thank you very much. I really appreciate that. But as I said, you don't need to thank me. I need to thank you guys. Where in Hampshire are you from? Well, I'm from Portsmouth. I'm not from Portsmouth. You're from Portsmouth. I'm actually from the Midlands, so I'm from Birmingham area in the middle of the UK, and I had a job that I am desperate to talk about because I've said before on these streams, I've got like this life experience. I've got this whole life that I had before YouTube, and I've got so many stories, so many mistakes that I made, so many lessons that I learned. I think it's interesting stuff, and I really want to share that stuff with people. So the plan is that I will drop that onto my second channel, the Daze channel. But I really don't want to do that yet because I can see those videos taking a while for me to, you know, really get across those stories and remember each detail. And maybe I'll have to go back and do a bit of research and make sure that everything I'm saying is absolutely bang on. And, you know, was I where I'm saying I was at the times that those things happened? Am I remembering it all correctly? I can see that taking time. And as a result, I can see that taking time away from the Wrestling Daze channel. So I want to get that Daze channel to a level where I can start monetizing the videos, and you know, it's starting to grow itself, and then I will start putting those stories onto there. So yeah, I'm from the Midlands. I did live in Southampton. I've also lived in Ipswich. I've lived in Milton Keynes. I've lived in Wolverhampton. I've lived in 2 parts of Birmingham. I lived in Stourbridge. I now live over by Telford. I mean, I've moved around. So, yeah, lots of interesting stuff that we can talk about in the future. Apparently, The Rock didn't show up on SmackDown 1000 because he doesn't want to be part of the WWE at the moment because of the Saudi thing. It's a rumour. Hope you see the comment. Wings, I saw the comment. And I've not heard that. I don't disbelieve that. I do believe there's a lot of disgruntled WWE superstars at the moment. And, yeah, I can totally believe that's true. Still, my favourite Daze video is falling off the bookcase. Yeah, that was painful, I'm not going to lie. Painful. WWE news of the day. Daniel Bryan and AJ Styles versus the Usos. We've seen that match before, haven't we? Rey Mysterio on Miz TV, yes, and Rusev versus Aiden English. Oh, is that tonight? Sorry, Vegan, quick reminder days. Hunter P is champ after the stream went off last week. Oh, okay. Okay. Sorry, Jamie. Your time in the sun has come to an end as Hunter P has replaced you. Hunter P. There we go. Do we just go with Hunter P? You can let me know. Daze, did you see when Dean attacked Seth, there was snot coming out of I did see that, and it's kind of understandable because he really did a number on him. And honestly, I think that was the least of I think that was the least of his problems last night. Well done, Jamie. Yes, well done, dude. 3-week reign. Very, very impressive. I will... what I want to do, actually, is get some information on the champions, because there's a lot of, like, numbers and things, and you know what us wrestling fans are like. We love our statistics. So I would love to sit down and get, like, the longest reigning champions in, like, a league order, how many times people have been champions in, like, a league order, and get that onto that @WrestlingDaze Twitter account. So I will do that. I will work on that. But yes, well done to Jamie. Black Ops for Champion says, "Hi Daze, how you doing? Do you think Shinsuke Nakamura or Rusev will win the championship?" That's a really good question. Really good question. I feel like, and maybe this is me being dramatic, because I do love it, but I feel like WWE has kind of been turned on its head now. There's no way that they've been planning for Roman to step away. I don't think that's the case. I mean, obviously we don't know when he found out the news, so maybe they might have had a bit of advanced warning, but I think the fact Roman was just missing from house shows implies that it's kind of this has developed recently. I don't think you put the Universal Championship on Roman if you know he's going to have to step away, for example. So I think since SummerSlam this has come about. So I think it's a shock to everyone, and I think you're talking about Brock Lesnar leaving for the UFC. Massive. I know you didn't see him much, but he was the champ. So it frees up a massive spot there. That position gets filled by Roman. Now Roman's ill. Fills up. Do you know what I mean? It's like, it feels like things have been turned on their head now. And as a result, I could see Shinsuke getting title opportunities in the future again. I don't think they set the world on fire. That's the only downside. I don't think the AJ Shinsuke feud was that great. I think the Samoa Joe one's been a little better. And I think the whole family storyline helped. And the, "Oh, Wendy!" that all helped. But yeah, I think Shinsuke could get opportunities again. Personally, I would put Shinsuke on Raw. I would be really interested in putting Shinsuke on Raw. I would be really interested in Seth Rollins versus Shinsuke for, like, the Universal Championship, or Braun against Shinsuke. Could be very interesting. I feel like we're gonna get a superstar shakeup, a draft or something. And maybe some talent comes up. Maybe Survivor Series will be the right time for the Undisputed Era to come up to the main roster. I've said it like a million times. I feel like they need a monster, and I feel like they need Lars Sullivan. So I would be looking in that direction. But yeah, I'm not sure about Rusev. Rusev's been on the roster a while now, and they just never seem to go for him. So I can't say I see it for him in the future at the moment. Daze, do you think Roman will return as a heel? No, they can't do that. They refused to turn him heel before. Thank you for the donation as well, by the way. But Okiki, I hope you are well. But no, I don't think Roman should return as a heel. My feeling on that is that they didn't turn him before. So why now, after dropping this awful news? I mean, people were chanting, "Thank you, Roman." Roman is now over. I know it doesn't matter. That is not what I am saying, right? You have to be so careful on the internet, because what you say can get misconstrued. I'm not saying, guys, Roman Reigns is over now. Roman Reigns is really popular. Isn't it great? It's not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is that when he does come back, because he'll beat this. He'll come back. He's going to be red hot. He's going to be red hot. I just don't. Why would you want to put that fire out by turning him heel? That just wouldn't make any sense. Let's see what a real face Roman with, passionate crowd support. Let's see what that Roman's like. I feel like they need to build up a monster heel, like an unstoppable monster heel, and then, do you know what I mean? Like you could have take Lars, right? I know I keep saying it, but take Lars Sullivan, bring Lars Sullivan up, have Lars Sullivan destroy everyone, yeah. Then he has a match against Braun for the Universal Championship. Let's say Braun's the champion, and Lars wins clean. Lars wins clean. Monster. I mean, they could have a feud. It could be really interesting. But bottom line, Lars wins clean. And then you've got this absolute maniac. I feel like Lars needs a manager. I really feel like Lars Sullivan needs a manager. I think Lars Sullivan could be a Paul Heyman guy. I think that would be a really good move. I think if you put Paul Heyman with Lars Sullivan, and then have Paul Heyman do the talking, I think that could be really interesting. And I'd have Lars Sullivan run absolute roughshod. I know it seems weird just having someone from NXT and having them go right to the top. But you are it's old school booking. It's old school booking. You're building someone for Roman to beat when he comes back. No one can beat Lars. But here comes the big dog. Here comes Roman Reigns. Do you know what I mean? I'd be really into that story. Bullet Club 72 says, Sup Daze, what's your reaction to Dean Ambrose heel turn last night? Shocking. Truly shocking. Didn't like it at first. That's honestly the reason why I just ended the stream last night was because I couldn't process it again. There was so much to talk about. You're having to talk about, was it right? Was it wrong? Should they have done it at that time? Would Roman have known about it? Should Roman have known about it? Why has Dean done it now? They've just won titles. There was so much to process. I was desperate for yesterday's stream to end anyway. I after the Roman announcement, I was pretty much done. But we carried on. We got it together. We got through. And then to have that at the very end was like, we need to buy. You know? So, truly shocking. But now I've reflected on it. I think it was the right move. Don't want to see another 6 women tag match. Hope the Riot Squad get a push. I hear that, Wings. Absolutely. Saw the Wrestle Talk review today. Half of the review was about Roman's announcement. Yeah, I just imagine most of them would have been about Roman's announcement, dude. Hi, Daze. I live in Clacton-on-Sea near Ipswich. I don't know if I've been to Clacton. Because, to be perfectly honest, Ipswich is kind of in the middle of nowhere. Like, there's really not much around it. You've got a few tiny places, but you've got to drive out a little bit to get out of Ipswich. I always felt like I was in this absolutely secluded, little, weird town when I was living in Ipswich. I was there for nearly a year. And some of it I didn't like. I'm not going to lie. Some of it I didn't like. There wasn't like loads to do in Ipswich. But some of it I loved. There were some really nice places to go out. It had everything you needed. And people were really nice. There was never really any trouble. It looks like quite a nice little English town as well in places. Some really old pubs there. Yeah, but I can't say I really ventured out that much. But cool that you live so close to there. I love old school wrestlers like Hulk and Sting. Don't really like the newer wrestlers, just not your cup of tea. That's perfectly fine, dude. It's always fun to kind of compare different eras. I'm also passionate about the old school and the legends, so I hear you. As an idea, possibly bring up Undisputed Era. Have AJ join them. Like how CM Punk, halfway through his title run, having AJ join up with Bullet Club, Ring of Honor guys could bring freshness to him. It's a really good point, because I do feel like AJ needs refreshing a little bit. We've had 2 so-so feuds. His feud against Shinsuke and his feud against Samoa Joe, neither are my feud of the year. Neither of them. My feud of the year at the moment is Mustache Mountain against Undisputed Era. I think they produce some stunning matches. I would actually take that over. I know everyone's going to say Johnny Gargano, Tommaso Ciampa. It's been fantastic, but I'm sorry, I prefer the Mustache Mountain Undisputed Era stuff. But I do feel like AJ needs a refresh. I do feel like that he needs something, and it's very difficult to put your finger on what. I do feel like they need more backstage stuff. I do feel like we need... Yeah, it's really difficult. I can't tell what exactly. Maybe him joining a faction and having a stable and running around with some people for a bit wouldn't be the worst. So maybe your idea would work. What's your dream card match? What do you mean, dude? Do you mean like just dream match? Harry Ball says Mustafa Ali against Seth Rollins. That would be great. Gary North's looking forward to NXT UK. So am I. Tyler Bate against Wolfgang tomorrow. That was a match that we saw in the Blackpool tournament. I think it was the semi-final. And yeah, I'm sure it was Tyler Bate Wolfgang. And the winner played either Pete Dunne or Mark Andrews. And ended up being Tyler Bate Pete Dunne in the final. So we have seen that match before. You are going back to early 2017. So I'll let them off. We might have seen it as a championship match as well. I might have seen Tyler Bate when he was champion take on Wolfgang. Can't quite remember, but it should be interesting. Wolfgang gets a lot of support. It'll be good, actually, when NXT UK go to Scotland, because the crowd will be passionately behind Wolfgang there. So, yeah, there's no plans for Scotland. In fact, I don't think there's any NXT UK TV tapings in Wales, Northern Ireland, or Scotland planned. The next one's Liverpool, and then that's all they've announced. They better go to Wales, Scotland, Northern Ireland. Otherwise, it's a bit of a sham calling it NXT UK. So I hope they do that. Just tweeted out the stream. Thank you very much, my friend. Daze, love you. Please shout me out. You're my favourite YouTuber. Thank you very much. Adam David Richards, thank you very much for watching, dude. Really appreciate it. Daze, where do you think the Crown Jewel will be? Rumours are WWE needs a new place fast. I am hearing this. My heart says Manchester, because a lot of people are saying that they could tag it on the end of the upcoming UK tour, and I just think that the crowd would be so up for that, because it would be such a surprise and a last minute thing, and a pay-per-view in the UK. People would go crazy for that. And it was a pay-per-view that was never going to be a US time anyway. So America doesn't miss out, because it was never going to be a normal Sunday, whatever time they normally start in America, 8 o'clock or whatever. So my heart says that, but my head says that they'll probably do a deal with Barclays or Staples Center or Madison Square Garden. Hello, Billy Nero. Wings say they need to build up more matches for Evolution. Yeah. Yeah, we could probably do with some more. I really hope Asuka gets something. Do you know, I don't know if I want Asuka out of that Battle Royal, because that Battle Royal, the winner gets a title opportunity. So, kind of want Asuka to have a title opportunity. Although saying that, I don't think she would beat Becky at the moment. They're seriously considering Ronda Rousey versus Becky at WrestleMania. So, yeah, really difficult to know what they do there. But I do feel like Asuka is a big enough superstar to warrant a standalone match. So, and obviously, doesn't look like NXT UK is getting a Women's Championship match. Because I don't think it looks like it's going to be, the timing won't work out. So, real shame there, because that could have put a real spotlight on NXT UK. Really could. And what's weird is they've already announced who the champion is. Like, all over their social media, WWE have already told everyone who the champ is. So, it's not a surprise. Even if it hasn't aired yet, but I don't know, they don't feel comfortable with it, and so they, doesn't look like we're getting one. Shout out Jennifer Carter. Hiya Daze, I have got the autograph for my son, thank you. Whereabouts in the Midlands are you from? I was from a little place called Stourbridge, which is about 20 minutes outside of Birmingham. Not far from Dudley, not far from Wolverhampton. It is the town I was born and raised in. I spent 23 years there. Yeah, it's the football team that I support as well. And sadly, they got knocked out of the FA Cup, Stourbridge, at the weekend. They were in the final qualifying round to get to the first round. It's crazy, but if you want to be in the first round of the FA Cup, right, which is this big soccer tournament for the Americans watching, if you want to get to the first round, you have to, like, go through 4 qualifying rounds if you're, like, one of the really small teams, and Stourbridge are one of the really small teams. Yeah, we got through to the 4th qualifying round, and then we lost at the weekend, so gutting. If WrestleMania comes to the UK, how would you like the stage to look? I would love the superstars to enter. I can't cope with the chat being this small. Like, we need to be able to get more comments on screen. Roy says, when doing toy hunts, how do you travel around to different places? Do you visit family and friends whilst making them? No, actually. I don't. I literally just go to those places. It's going to take me a while to get the VAR for that comment that I partially read. CM Punk needs to come back at Crown Jewel. Not sure that will happen. What finisher do you like? When I was a kid, right? When I was a kid, I used to do the Perfect Plex to my brother all the time. Perfect Plex is where you get their arm around your head like that. You have their head here, right? So basically like you're about to do a suplex. But what you do is you hook the leg with this arm. So when you go back, you hold on to them and basically their shoulders are down and you can get the 3 counts. So I used to do that. Bang! You kind of arch your back a little bit and go for the 3 count. So I used to love doing the perfect. I just do it on my bed when I was a kid. I mean, I would have been young, but so yeah, I used to love doing the Perfect Plex. Actually, finishing moves that I enjoy watching. I suppose like Ember Moon's Eclipse is really cool to watch. RKO is always fun. There's not a great deal that I enjoy, actually. I think Pete Dunne's Bitter End is pretty cool. So, I suppose there's a few. Slop Drop was always fun. Just Bronson says, do not try this at home. Hello Noah is on fire. George Price says, could have Gallows and Anderson join AJ and Finn, and then have Cody, Young Bucks, and Adam Cole on the lead up to see who is the better club. Yeah, could do that. I mean, yes, it would be amazing. The only reason there's a bit of hesitation in my voice, I just don't see it happening. I just don't see the Young Bucks going over to WWE. They hate the lack of control. And think about it, when Cody was there, he was Stardust, and he hated it, and they just wouldn't push him. So, I just don't see why they would go, unless they were going for money. And I just don't think they need the money. I think they have fun doing what they're doing. I mean, I suppose it does raise the profile, but I don't know if they need it. Who was your favourite wrestler as a kid? I always loved Ultimate Warrior and British Bulldog. Loved the British Bulldog. Because the thing was, we never had like NXT UK or anything like that. So, yeah, it was just the Bulldog. That's who I used to look up to. The fact we had someone from England that was in the WWE was crazy. Where do you live now? I live just outside of Telford. The Young Bucks will be renamed the Starbucks. I love that. You've got to applaud that. Yes. The Starbucks. Wonderful stuff. Wonderful. Look at this. Now we're cooking. 15 minutes to go until SmackDown Live begins. And we have got some bants. Daze, do you like the Shield? I do. I think the Shield are great. Cody is making far more now and actually enjoys his wrestling. True. I've got a pretty good one. I call it Cannonball Alley. Basically, it's a standing front flip. Yes, I've seen that. It's like a senton kind of a thing. No, not a cent. Not so much a senton. What am I thinking of that's in the corner? That's not a senton, is it? But I know what you mean. Your poor mom days. Well, yes. Do you smell what The Rock is cooking? Well, he's not cooking much in the WWE at the moment. My favourite wrestler, Roman Reigns. The fact that he is sick is devastating. I feel your pain. Marty Scurll will be renamed Marty Jannetty. Yes. God damn, I've got it. You're Marty Jannetty. Days, I went to go and eat KFC in McDonald's, and I got sent out. Madness. Number 1 contenders poll is up. Okay, let's have a look. Let's see if we can. Is that? There we go. Look, I mean, it doesn't update automatically. Although that's different. Why is that different today? Now we can actually see the percentages. We couldn't see that yesterday. That is cool. So we can see the percentages now. So Dat King, who plays 8%. Jamie Gutchard, 31%. Sean Kester, I think that's like 38. And Ashley Drury, 23. If you want to vote, make your voices heard on who our live stream champions are. It's just a little bit of fun that we do on the stream whilst we're waiting for Raw to begin or SmackDown to begin. Then go over to @WrestlingDays on Twitter and vote away. So that is cool. I literally have not changed anything, so I don't understand why that is now working. Although saying that yesterday, the wheel was like proper. The wheel wasn't nothing was feeling it yesterday. Yesterday was just an awful day. But thankfully, it looks like things are much better today. Do you think Kenny Omega will come to WWE? I think he could. I think Kenny... Do you know what? I think Kenny's different because Kenny is top-tier talent. His IWGP champion. He's not really been stung by WWE before. And so as a result of that, I think Kenny could come in and receive the same kind of push as AJ Styles. I think they could do that for Kenny. The only problem is, I don't know what they would take away from Kenny. Like, AJ Styles was having such better matches in New Japan than he is in WWE. It's like WWE really limit you. So I just hope they wouldn't take too many of Kenny's moveset away, you know? Like, would they let him do the one-winged angel? I feel like they would. They've let AJ do the Styles Clash. So I feel like they'd let him do the one-winged angel. That's a finishing move I love. The one-winged angel, that is cool. Daze, who is the NXT equivalent of Seth Rollins? I personally would say Johnny Gargano. Johnny Wrestling. He's kind of like the Seth Rollins / Daniel Bryan, isn't he? He is Johnny Wrestling. Johnny Gargano is going to be an absolute huge star because wrestling is in his blood and he loves it and he's fantastic at it. And, I mean, how many 5-star matches has he had? He had the one against Andrade at the start of the year. He had one against Tommaso. He might have even had 2 against Tommaso. He might, and I'm sure, did he have one when he was in DIY? I feel like he's had 3 5-star classic matches, Johnny. And to put that into perspective, because I know there's going to be a lot of youngsters that watch this, Dave Meltzer, who does the star ratings in the Wrestling Observer, you can like Dave or not, yeah? Whatever. But he has watched a lot of wrestling. He knows a lot about wrestling. And he has been working at the Observer, I think since like the mid-80s, maybe even the late 80s, around that ballpark. So he's seen a lot of wrestling. And he, I believe, had only given WWE every match they'd ever had, yeah, since like the mid-80s, he'd only given them 9 5-star classics. That was it. 5 stars is supposed to be the most you can get. And WWE had only ever been given 9 matches as 5 stars. So Dave clearly doesn't think that much about the WWE product. But he'd given 9 of their matches 5-star ratings. Johnny Gargano, this year alone, I believe, has got 3. 2 or 3. I feel like it's 3. It could be 2. Either way, irrelevant, because actually it might be 2, because Mustache Mountain against Undisputed Era, that was a 5-star rating. So that might be the 3 that I'm thinking of. There's 3 that have been awarded this year. That is incredible. That is stunning. In fact, I would say without a shadow of a doubt, and I'm not sure if I should be saying that, this could be the best year for wrestling ever. Because WWE have picked up 3 5-star matches, and we've had, I think, the highest rated match ever when we got the Kenny Omega Okada match at the start of, or earlier, like in the year. And I think that was 7 stars. We've had a 7-star match this year in New Japan Pro Wrestling. So, just incredible. The whole wrestling industry is absolutely stunning. I don't know why, but I feel like it was quite quiet around 2008, 2010. Maybe like ruthless aggression just kind of coming out of it. I don't feel like the quality was as good. I don't feel like there was as much to talk about. I don't know, perhaps it's like Twitter and social media, and maybe that's changed the game. But Yeah, man, it is. There's a lot to talk about at the moment, and there's a lot of great wrestling happening at the moment as well. Kenny was stung back in the day. He was in Deep South Wrestling. They thought he wasn't worth anything. That's why he was so against going. Ended up facing a Bushi in DDT. Yes, I didn't know it was Deep South Wrestling, but I have seen some clips of him cutting a promo in WWE or a WWE developmental territory. But he's never gone to the main roster and got stung. He's never been treated like Cody was treated with that Stardust character. And basically, you know, Cody was told by Triple H, you'll never be a main eventer. We've got no plans to have you in that top tier talent, you know. Kenny's never had that. Who do you think will win the World Cup? Honestly, at this point, it depends who goes. Pete Dunne versus Tyler Bate wasn't 5 stars, no. I think it was 4.5. Read that one. Right, we have got 5 minutes. I could sit here and just keep talking about wrestling, because kind of it's very easy to do. But we need to let the world know that we are about to go over to SmackDown. So let me just send this message out. WWE SmackDown live stream. There we go. Pop that onto Twitter. I'm no good when I'm like, I've left it a bit too late and now I'm rushing. You should never rush these things. There we go. Boom. Right, so that's that. Now we just need to let people know on YouTube. Sean Kester. Well done, Sean Kester. Deep South was a developmental territory at one point. He did a shoot saying how he felt mistreated. Always been a fan of Japanese culture. Like to see him go WWE, no doubt, though. Interesting. Kona Reeves is the headbanger thrasher of NXT. I'm not a fan of Kona Reeves. Shout out to Robert Morris. Can't wait for SmackDown in Manchester. It'll be my first. Oh, wow. Jack Whitehead, have a great time. Have a great time. Right, let me just share this on YouTube, and then I think we're gonna have to go over to SmackDown, aren't we? We are not far away from SmackDown. Hopefully, it's gonna be fun. Hopefully, we're gonna laugh and enjoy ourselves and not cry into our beards like we were last night. I tell you, if someone comes out to start SmackDown and looking sad, I'm just going to turn it off. WWE Smackdown live stream. Here we go, my friends. Okay, so whatever program that was, I wasn't even paying it any attention, has finished. That means that we must be close to the beginning of SmackDown. I don't know if you saw as well, I put a video up about Roman tweeting out. It was a nice message from Roman. Oh, it's really interesting as well. I was umming and ahhing as to whether should I put this in the video or not. So I always like to give you guys the behind the scenes stuff. But there was a couple of tweets that I left out of my tweets video. I didn't include them because I was like, I don't think it fits the tone of actually what I'm trying to say with that video. I'm trying to show people that haven't got Twitter how much support there was for Roman and some of the things people were saying. But Adam Blompier, who used to be in Cultaholic, he sent a tweet out that said, I'm not a fan of the Roman character, but Joe Anoa'i looks like one of the most honest, fantastic people I've ever... I thought it was a nice tweet. But it was really interesting. People were attacking Adam then. And this might be because of the fact it was Adam. You know, it's pretty well documented, like, his past. So I'm not sure he's the most popular person. But they were attacking his tweet saying, you don't have to start, I'm not a fan of the Roman character. Like, this literally has got nothing to do with Roman the character. And I thought that was a bit harsh. Like, the guy's message was positive. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, forget that it was Adam Blompier, right? It doesn't matter who it was. But I could kind of understand what he was trying to say. And I did actually include me talking about that in the Twitter video that got uploaded. I deleted it in the edit. I took it out because I was like, it's not in line with what I'm trying to say. But that's just a little fun behind the scenes bit of information there for any Wrestling Daze fans. Yeah, you kind of, when you're on YouTube, you have to kind of think about those kind of things. Does it fit in with the tone of the video and what you're trying to portray? Right, here we go then, my friends.
WWE 2K19 sponsors WWE on Sky.
WWE on Sky. Simon Miller, isn't it? Someone pointed that out. Dun, 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 dun. Ha! Vegan saying Wrestling Daze fans. Dude, I met one. I'm not sure if they're still around, but I've definitely met one. In fact, it might have been the Mirror. I'm not sure. Right, here we go.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Smackdown Live.
There's signs in the crowd that say we want women's tag championships. Hashtag pray for Roman. I feel that, Lenny. Thank you very much, Lenny Garland. Yeah! We want women's tag champs. I agree with that as well. Right, is this a promo? New Day promo? Promo.
1000th episode of Smackdown Live last week. Just had to remind us, Tom, I was trying to ignore that fact.
Nice. Kofi with a pancake. Woo, round the back. Beautifully done.
Thrilled here in front of the WWE Universe. Let's take you back to what happened last week on the 1000th episode of Smackdown Live. A tag team title opportunity for the Bar. Had so much trouble.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
The Big Show, the Giant.
Big Show came down. Oh man, I totally forgot about that. So is Big Show part of the Bar now?
But no one more than Kofi Kingston, who would be unceremoniously deposited through the announce table at ringside. For a moment, it looked like he was there to help.
Look at that, a Big Show heel turn. I'm not sure we've ever seen such a thing.
With a malicious bro kick and capture the SmackDown Tag Team titles for himself, Cesaro, and the Bar, gentlemen, has now been raised.
The Bar has been raised. Big E shaking his head. Do you know, I keep talking about a monster. Big E could be that monster. They've got a monster called Big E. Like, when I say monster, I mean huge. He's not the tallest, though, is he, Big E?
Your boys, the
New Day,
were cheated and defeated by the Bar for our tag team championships.
Thank you very much, Jennifer Carter.
they didn't just set the bar, they lowered the bar.
They lowered the bar.
And we get it, man. Look, we're competitors. They took advantage of the situation. That's what they do. Hello? That's what they do. They took advantage of the situation. But what I'm having a hard time wrapping my mind around is just... Big Show?
Bruh. Big Show.
Big Show?
Bruh.
Big Show.
Big Show.
Big
Yes.
Show?
Bruh.
Big Show?
Are they going to talk about his heel turns?
Wait. So does that make him the bartender? Get it. He's tending to the bar.
Yeah, that was great.
I don't get it.
That was great.
Thank you.
Man, Big Show, we thought you were cool. We all thought you were cool. But this grizzly 7-foot goof flips back and forth more times than a flapjack.
He does flip around.
So tonight, I want all the smoke. I want some payback, some retribution, some get back. So whether it's Cesaro, whether it's Sheamus, or whether it's Big Show, I really don't give a damn.
Wow, Kofi fired up, man.
Somebody is getting that work, baby. Let's go.
Is that... Okay, here comes Cesaro, or is it the bar? It's the bar. Maybe it's the big bar. The bar show. The bar show. The big bar show. Right, there's no big show. How would you feel if Eva Marie came back at Evolution? I really don't care myself, to be honest. What do you think? I would hate it. Ah, here he comes, look. It's nice to see. Do you know what? It's nice to see him back.
And we can tell you tonight, ladies and gentlemen, that the Bar are going to elect one member from their team to face one member of the New Day in singles competition to kick us off this evening.
So we're going to get one member of the New Day taking on one member of the Big Bar Show.
Your tag team titles last week. You're not going to just roll over and forget about it. You want to come back out and fight. Listen, Byron, just because you lose your job is no excuse to go out and crash your car into a tree. What's bad enough happened. Move on. Look at Big Show staring the New Day right in the eye.
I think I would change Big Show's music. I realised a long time ago, then forgot, and now remembering again. It's awful. It's really awful. It's slow. It's plodding. It's not menacing. It's awful.
Kind of backup, apparently, like Sheamus and Cesaro have in the Big Show. Why wouldn't you be confident? That's exactly my point.
Big Show is like the male Nia Jax in the sense of they're both big and they both have awful music.
Yes, point. What are you talking about?
Byron's over there crying and belly aching because Big Show's out here to even the odds, but somehow it's not fair to the New Day.
Big Show versus Super Showdown. Book it, Vince.
The New Day looks like he's ready to go, and now Sheamus is in the ring, so it looks like we'll get Kofi Kingston one-on-one with Sheamus.
They should get Big Show's old theme. Happy Big Show is back. He has a beard. Yeah. He looks good with a beard. Here he comes.
It's not Sheamus, it's not Cesaro, it's the world's largest athlete.
Looks like it's going to be Big Show. I mean, again, I keep talking about they need a big monster heel. I'm not sure I was thinking Big Show. But in fairness, if they book him right, if they book him as like this if they book Big Show right, maybe he is who they need right now.
Feels very confident about this one, and why wouldn't you? Big Show is 6-time world champion. He's backing up in your corner, and now, Grace, to your point. Oh,
Shield song is the best. It is cool. Big Show versus Wrestling Days. No, thank you. Big Show versus Big Daddy. Kofi's just been hurled across the ring.
For the last year, you came out here week after week and fanboyed for the New Day, and everything they did was right in the world.
Looking for a choke slam. Kofi felt this last week.
Big choke slam from Big Show.
Even the odds, even the score.
Oh, come on.
It's not fair.
Show's not done yet. Not over.
And again, look.
Don't ignore me, Saxton. I asked you a question.
What is your question? I'm watching what's going on in the ring.
What is unfair about what the
This
Bar
is
did to
interesting.
Big Show?
And a third choke slam. My God. I didn't say it was unfair. I said the time. I'm talking about the timing. The timing is suspect.
I don't want him to shave his beard because he'll look like a big baby.
Wow, that was probably the worst argument you've ever had.
my
I'm
God.
not even gonna justify it.
Going for
Look
another
at this.
one.
Right.
And Xavier Woods coming in. The official's gonna throw
The official rings the bell.
trying to help out his buddy. In comes Xavier Woods. A no match
It's all out war now. We've got all 6 men involved.
Oh, and a knee.
So it's now stopped being Kofi against the Big Show. It's now just all out carnage. Hi Daze, this is my new account, Brent Wilkinson. Okay, hello, our band Lilp, is it? Our band Lilp? So yeah, we've got all out war kicking off now. What's the match? Well, it was Kofi Kingston against the Big Show, but it has now stopped being that, and instead we've got all out war with it's interesting actually because like I do feel like the Big Show could go on to, you know, actually play a part at the moment. If they book him right, it could be interesting to have him back. It really could. Maybe that's why he is back. Maybe there is going to be some kind of superstar shuffle or move around or something along those lines. We'll have to wait and see what they have got planned for the Big Show. Or maybe he just stays with the Bar for now. Look at that. It's still just absolutely destroying Xavier Woods. The New Day have been absolutely decimated. Big Show, Cesaro, Sheamus walking away as the New Day are left lying in the ring. So there we go, we have got Rey Mysterio on Miz TV tonight.
After nearly 5 years away from WWE, tonight, Mysterio is on Miz TV.
And at Crown Jewel, AJ Styles and Daniel Bryan will clash for the WWE Championship.
We've got AJ Styles and Daniel Bryan against the Usos.
Tonight they'll try their luck again. AJ and Bryan versus the Usos next.
Okay. I can see that it is Wheel of Fun time. Let me grab the wheel. Obviously, we weren't really doing the wheel last night. But we will give it a good go tonight. I need to just sign in and get it set up, which will just take me a second. A bit of a so-so opening to SmackDown, not going to lie. I mean, it's good that the New Day have got, like, issues on their hands. They've got, like, a good feud to get their teeth into. It's nice to see Big Show back. We'll have to see where it leads. Right, my friends. Where's the wheel? Like, why is the wheel not making an appearance? We have got some wheel drama here. We have got some wheel drama. Some wheel life drama. Let me... there it is. Didn't know where it was. Right, let's do the quick song, shall we? Because it's the Wheel of Fun. Everybody loves the Wheel of Fun. What was that? Is that the wheel? It's the Wheel of Fun. Ba-dum-bum. There we go. Wheel of Fun time. Let's spin it. Let's do it. Live for the now. Oh, and it's spinning properly as well. Everything's working better. Oh. Is it? Oh. How can that land on forfeit again? Like, how is that? How that can't be true. God. Right. Wheel of misery. It's landed on forfeit. And forfeit is this bean boozled, right? Now, as we said, we don't mess around with this. We're not just going to eat one and see, you know, what it tastes like. We're going to put half the bag in my mouth. This has got flavours like bath and skunk and just the smell. Oh, I really wish you could smell this. There's no way that I can get that aroma across. It just smells stale and old, and I mean, like, you're talking about dead fish, spoilt milk, mouldy cheese, skunk, rotten egg, bath, booger, canned dog food. And as we've said, guys, we don't mess around. We don't mess around. There is an absolute handful of them there. That is roughly half of the bag. So we're not going to try one and hope that it's not bad. We're going to literally just we're guaranteed to have some awful. Even if these were all great, it would taste awful. Right, we are back. Here we go. I think they're going to talk about Roman.
Discuss what happened last night on Monday Night Raw. It was the former Universal Champion Roman Reigns who kicked off Raw.
For months, maybe even a full year, I've come out here and spoke as Roman Reigns, and I said a lot of things. You know, I said that I'd be here every single week. I said I'd be a fighting champion. I said I was going to be consistent, and I said I was going to be a workhorse, but that's all lies. It's a lie because the reality is...
Oh, it's awful.
My real name is Joe. And I've been living with leukemia for 11 years.
Oh. I can't cope with that at the same time as well.
And because the leukemia is back, I cannot fulfill my role. I can't be that fighting champion. And I'm going to have to relinquish the Universal Championship.
Oh, man. That is moody.
When I was 22 years old, I was diagnosed with this. And very quickly, I was able to put it in remission. But I'm not gonna lie, that was the hardest time of my life. I didn't have a job. But the team that gave me a chance was the WWE.
Okay, I think the taste has gone now. That was horrible.
The WWE Universe, and to be honest, y'all have made my dreams come true. And for that, I have to say thank you so much. Y'all know how life is. Life is not fair. But I want to make one thing clear. By no means is this a retirement speech. Because I have...
No, it's not, Roman.
Because after I'm done whooping leukemia's ass once again, I'm coming back home. I'm coming back because I want to show all of you, the whole world, I want to show my family, my friends, my children, and my wife that when life throws a curveball at me, I am the type of man that will stand in that batter's box. I I will crowd the plate, I will choke up, and I will swing for the fences every single time. Because I will beat this, and I will be back, so you will see me very, very soon. Thank you so much. God bless you, and I love you. Believe that.
Roman Reigns, the big dog. Thank you, Roman chants at SmackDown.
It is a story that has grabbed headlines around the world. It is something the entire world is talking about it. What Roman Reigns did last night, he showed a tremendous content of character. It was unparalleled courage as he now goes.
Still got a horrible, horrible taste.
Speaks to the incredible strength of Roman and also the incredible resolve to beat leukemia and, of course, come back home here to WWE.
Well, it was 24 hours ago. The announcement shocked the entire WWE universe to its very core. But in the hours since, I think a lot of us have had a chance to reflect, put a lot of things into perspective, and actually been inspired by Roman Reigns. And Roman, you know the entire world is behind you. I said it last night. I still believe it. We all do. You got this, Zeus. We love you.
We send our very best out to Roman Reigns and his entire family. And the situation that was left to Raw Commissioner Stephanie McMahon, Acting General Manager Baron Corbin, is what to do.
Crown Jewel.
Championship. The
question now is where is Crown Jewel going to be held?
Championship come Crown Jewel. The decision is that it will be Braun Strowman who goes
No, vegan, all that's happened is my mouth is numb, but the bits that can taste awfulness. Usos with a bit of a jobbing entrance.
Jimmy and Jay sending out their love on social media, of course, to the Big Uso. Roman Reigns set for tag team action here tonight on SmackDown Live.
Oh, they don't want none.
And their opponents, first from Gainesville, Georgia, weighing in at 218 pounds. He is
The champ that runs the camp. Imtiaz, don't know yet. Why is your mouth numb? Legitimately, my mouth is numb from a forfeit I had to do yesterday. Still numb. I don't know what I've done. I don't know what I did. But my mouth is still numb from yesterday's forfeit. The top part of my mouth is numb. Bits of my tongue are numb. Sadly, there is still parts of my tongue that I can taste with. And that being boozled was awful. So there's an awful lot of awfulness in my life at the moment.
Rey Styles and Daniel Bryan, who early on looked like a solid team, but you can't combat the incredible experience of the Usos.
Listen, I gotta play devil's advocate.
Good, Connor.
My job as a journalist. Do we know for a fact that the contact was incidental? Do we know that Daniel Bryan didn't just decide to punch AJ in the face to get some sort of upper hand?
Because of the politics of everything with Crown Jewel and most of it coming into play tomorrow, WWE has publicised any, as Sal mentioned past week, might be changed but might not, who knows. Yes, it's so up in the air. So up in the air at the moment. Dude, I had a coffee. I had a coffee before the stream. It's not done anything. My mouth is... I don't want any more forfeits. Eat some Marmite. Yeah, that'll help. I mean, it does say on those hot tamale things or whatever, more than one will cause irritation, and I had 11, so that's my bad. Hello, the guy, the big dog, and the WWE fan. No problem. Dean Winchester, hello. Have we got something new that's been added? Yes. Here we go. There we go, guys. Don't know why, but that is working much better tonight. So there we can see the Tag Team Championship poll. If you go to @WrestlingDaze, you can vote. And we have got Daniel Bryan starting us off in the ring. Can't see if it's Jimmy or Jay.
Was to capture the WWE Championship.
Some Nutella. Will Nutella actually make a difference?
Within arm's reach.
I don't even know if I've got Nutella.
To knock off AJ Styles. Any way to pick up an advantage.
Jay sent over the top. I don't know if Daniel saw the tag, but AJ Styles coming in to help out his partner.
Favorite WWE tag team?
Bryan Styles. Challenger working in unison.
I would say the Usos at the moment.
Styles and Bryan are rolling as SmackDown Live continues.
Shame that we've got this match again, because we did see it, was it last week or the week before? I can't remember. And the Usos picked up the victory. Again, I hope the Usos win. The Usos are fantastic tag team. Tag team wrestling is what they do. I don't like the idea of two single stars being put together and then beating a fantastic tag team like the Usos. So yeah, I hope the Usos find a way. I have a couple of jars sitting in my hall. Didn't realise it wasn't vegan. Oh right, no, I didn't realise it wasn't vegan. Eat some McDonald's. Which championship do you like the most? I'd say the United Kingdom Championship. I also like the North American Championship. Jose Rebello. Hello, my friend. When is the next toy hunt? Probably not for a while, if I'm being honest. The reason I say that is because we've just done a lot of toy hunts. And there's nothing to hunt in the UK. Smiths aren't getting Elite Series 61, 62. I'm hearing they might not get 63 or 64. So, real problems with Smiths at the moment. So, there's nowhere for us to go and look for new figures. So, yeah, real problem. Real problem. So, I can honestly see the next toy hunt being Wrestling Shop Live, which will be the 8th of November. So, we're probably looking a couple of weeks. Daze, Tyler Bate or Pete Dunne? I would say Pete Dunne at the moment. Tyler Bate's in a tag team. I think Tyler Bate's got great potential. I think he's had great matches already. But at the moment, Pete Dunne is the champ. Pete Dunne is having great match after great match. Pete Dunne's the man. Wrestling Shop Live toy hunt? Yes. We are going to do a Wrestling Shop Live toy hunt. SA has changed their opinion on everything near enough day by day. Yes. I know, dude. That Saudi Arabia situation is awful and messy. Seth Rollins, I'll see you there. May God have mercy on Roman. I'm sure Roman's going to get the best care. Dakota Kai tomorrow. I never knew that. Dakota Kai against Killer Kelly. Down for that. That should be a great match. I am down for that match. That should be good. Daze, don't worry. The Shield will be back once Roman returns. Yeah, I'm sure we will see the Shield again, but I don't think it will be for a long time. What was the first WrestleMania you attended? I've never been to a WrestleMania. Apparently now coming to England for a visit. Now? What's now? What's now? Right, we're back, and the Usos have got the advantage now. That's what's now. Ugh. Daze will be at Wrestling Shop Live in figure form. Hello. If you was a wrestler, what would be your name? Probably Daze.
After last week, were able to capitalize on what appeared to be a miscommunication, incidental contact between.
Favorite WrestleMania match of all time? The first one that comes to mind is Undertaker, Shawn Michaels, WrestleMania 25. Okay, we've got Daniel Bryan in there. Firing shots. Oh. Daniel Bryan. Oh, collision in the middle of the ring. Looking forward to Miz TV tonight with Rey Mysterio. That should be a lot of fun. Daniel Bryan is clawing his way over. There we go. Tag in AJ. Big clothesline.
AJ Styles has teamed well with the man he will defend the WWE title.
Nice kick on the outside. Shoulder charge over the top. Roll through. Oh, nice. 1, 2. Just gets a 2. Just a 2 for AJ.
That wasn't enough to keep Jey Uso down, but the WWE Champion's going to have to think up something else if he wants to escape with a victory.
Well, I'm sure Styles knows exactly what the Usos are capable of. And talk about thinking of something else. Thinking about the Styles clash here. Are now trying to turn it around. Jey Uso could not get a hold of Styles.
He's going for the calf crusher. He's got the calf crusher. Middle of the ring. Oh. Jimmy Uso in. Daniel Bryan in. Kick to the midsection. Bryan lands on his feet against the ropes. Think that's Jay to the outside.
Look at Styles in the back. Styles is poised and ready to strike. Think about the phenomenal form here.
It's going for phenomenal. Oh! AJ almost hit Daniel. He does hit Daniel with the Pele kick. This is exactly how they should book this. Nice. I don't know if you saw then. I couldn't see if it was Jimmy or Jay that delivered the splash for the victory. But as he came off the top, one of their little... That was nice. Subtle, but nicely done. Little message there of support to Roman Reigns. Usos get the victory. Look at that. Yes, he does it in the air. He jumps, and as he's in the air, he goes... That is cool. I'm going to do that with everything I do now. Daniel and AJ are staring at each other. 6 minutes to go in the poll, guys. If you want to vote for the tag team champions of the live stream, go to @WrestlingDaze on Twitter.
Bryan AJ Styles now focus on each other and their impending championship matches. That comes up at Crown Jewel, but the focus this week of the WWE Universe is coming up this Sunday, the first ever all-women.
Daze, if I win, I would be the first person to have a 5th title reign. That's cool. We don't really count the tag team ones though, dude. Just because there's no way of me knowing who's in the teams. But by all means, you can keep that record yourself. Just a recap now of how we got to Nikki against Ronda at Evolution. Austin Brett with the double turn has to be the best. Undertaker HBK is a classic. I prefer the Undertaker HBK match, if I'm being honest. But, yeah, of course, who doesn't love Austin Brett? Shield has broken by Dean Ambrose. Yeah, it was a shocking moment. It's weird hearing Little Mix as well on WWE. I don't know if I like it or not. I think I like that song, so it's all right. But in the UK, Little Mix kind of tends to be more youngsters that listen to Little Mix.
Evolution is free for new subscribers.
Ahead of her last woman standing match for the Smackdown Live Women's Championship at Evolution, Charlotte Flair
Up next, the altercation at the Performance Center.
and all hell broke loose. We'll show you what happened next.
Oh, that'll be fun to look at. When do you think Undertaker will go in the Hall of Fame? Whenever Undertaker wants to go into the Hall of Fame. Whenever, honestly. I think the bigger question is, would Undertaker go in on his own? Because someone like Undertaker, can you put Undertaker in with a half-hour speech? And honestly, the Hall of Fame was it's too long. It goes on for like 5 hours or something stupid like that, because they let the legends go out and talk, which is great. But when you're inducting like 8 people or however many, it goes on and on and on. I remember I couldn't even stay awake for it. I couldn't stay awake for it earlier in the year. I ended up like going to bed, and it was very interesting because there was a lot of empty seats for Goldberg's Hall of Fame speech, and Goldberg was the last person to go in. I think they need to drastically cut down how many people they put in each year. And the argument could be, do you get Undertaker going in on his own? Right, we've got Charlotte and Becky segment next. Shout out to Derek Rodriguez. Becky versus Charlotte is my main event on Sunday, not Ronda versus Nikki. I think the build for Ronda Nikki has been very good. But I think the story for Becky and Charlotte has been better. Daze, breaking news, Seth is out for 9 months. Is he? Is he? Where have you heard that, dude? Is that on... You have to be careful with WWE at the moment, because that kind of thing I could see them putting out there as a work. Let's have a look and see what news is. News is obviously all about Roman. I've got nothing on Seth at the moment. So, I don't know where you've heard that, but drop it in the chat if it's like breaking news, as you say. Just having a look. Can't see anything on it yet. Don't mind the Hall of Fame being long, as everybody, no matter how big or small their influence, deserves a chance to say their piece. Yeah, I completely agree. I think it's a problem, though, when a large part of your audience have got massive matches the next day, like the biggest matches of their lives, and as a result of it going so long and so late, they have to leave because they have to go to bed, because they need to be up and prep for one of the biggest days of their lives. So I think they need to cut down how many people go in, because honestly, it was downright disrespectful for there to be empty seats for Goldberg's induction speech. It's fine to give him the platform and let him talk for, you know, however long he wants. He has absolutely earned that right. But if your audience can't stay because it's getting too late and so leave, then that is crazy. Then there is something wrong. So they have definitely got to refine it. Either start it earlier, way earlier, or put less people in, or put some kind of control in place. I'm not too sure. But honestly, I could see The Undertaker going in on his own one year. I just think there would be so much to talk about. So many like stories and different parts of his career to explore, and so many people that I think would want to speak, that I think he could go in on his own. Sean Kester says he was at the Hall of Fame. The Brett speech was incredible. I tell you what, there's been some incredible speeches. Incredible speeches. Really, really good stuff. The Bobby the Brain Heenan speech was great. We're backstage with AJ and Daniel.
AJ, I just have to ask, was what just happened between you and Daniel an accident, or was it intentional? It certainly appeared to be very similar to what Daniel did to you last week.
Hold on a second. Of course it was an accident. Just like last week was an accident, right, Daniel?
Yeah. I mean, I have an infinite amount of respect for AJ. So mine was for sure an accident.
Well, hold on a second. You think I would sacrifice? Are you calling me a liar?
No, not at all. But did they hit you in the face? It looks like your nose might be growing.
You're talking about.
I don't like
My
this.
nose growing.
Yeah.
Wait. Are you referring to Pinocchio? What are you talking about? What are you talking about? What's that?
I mean, I'm just convinced that it was an accident. I'm sure.
It was an accident.
Yeah, I'm sure it was. 100%. Yeah.
What is this?
Okay, this is awful.
What is that?
I thought this was how you do it, brother.
Yeah, that's how you do it.
Too sweet, brother, right?
I don't understand.
Hard to tell what was and what was not an accident, but the tension.
So it seems like Daniel was implying he didn't believe that it was an accident. There was a whole reference of Pinocchio, which didn't really work, and then he turned it into a too sweet, which just feels like a cheap moment. I feel like they could build a way better story than just throw away rubbish. You've got two of the best wrestlers in the world. Are you telling me there's nothing better you can do than that? We are now looking at... Oh, it was all recorded at the Performance Center.
I'm honored to speak to all of you and share my journey.
Who's
I
there?
remember just 6 years ago, I was scared of my own
Bianca
shadow.
Belair's at the
Literally,
back.
I would step inside that ring,
Lacey
and I would like shake, and Norman would be
is
like,
at the
"Are
front.
you
Is that
okay?"
Mia Yim?
Like, "Yes,
That's
I'm
Lacey
gonna make
Lane.
it." So just remember to push yourself to your limits, because you never know where you're going to end up. I never thought I was going to be here. So when I got to NXT, I utilized the facility,
I
utilized my coaches, and I leaned on my peers. This business is built on respect. Respect yourself.
Who's that girl that wears
respect
glasses?
others.
What's her name?
Don't let anyone walk all over you, but don't ever look down on someone, because you never know when you're going to need that hand. Now, ladies, WWE Evolution is this Sunday.
Dakota Kai's there.
I'm not going to cry because I do that all the time, but I feel...
And
that
Shayna Baszler.
Evolution
It's a
happens
bit weird
because of
having
what we
Shayna
built here
Baszler
in these
standing
very
there
days.
listening to
Now,
Charlotte
I'm
Flair.
standing in front of you guys, and I can't wait to see what you guys build off of that. You guys are the present and the future.
Who else is there?
And
Candice
I'm honored to
LeRae?
be standing in front of all of you. and I
Aaliyah?
hope I get to face every single one of you.
Oh man, they've
virtually.
got three of the
So
four.
thank you for letting
Three
me
of the
come
four
down here.
MMA horsewomen are there. Marina is there.
Any questions?
I have a question. So what are the major differences in competing from NXT to Raw and now SmackDown?
I think the biggest difference is just reintroducing
Oh, I
your
can't remember her
character to a
name.
new audience.
That's the girl that wears glasses, and she was in the Mae
here you
Young
guys have
Classic.
the opportunity to practice every day. Once you're on the main roster, it's a little harder to get in those practice sessions unless you come early, because it's a different.
Do you know
city
what I
every
think
single
is
night
really
all over
interesting?
the world.
I think they could actually
You'll
make
be
a
ready, I
really
promise.
good network show out of this. Like have
Yes,
main
I
roster
feel
talent
like
talking
your
to
first
Performance
ever
Center talent
Performance
and let us see what they're saying. Just like half an hour, like at the Performance Center with AJ Styles, so on, so on. How to cut a promo with, like, they could put that on the network.
Wants my advice from the actual champ, yeah? You don't listen to a word she's saying, because none of you are going to make it if you do. Don't make
Becky, this has nothing to do with
Oh,
that.
Rhea Ripley's there as well.
the champ.
I don't know why I'm so surprised. Like, all these people should be at the Performance Center, but it's just cool, man.
You got to do what I'm doing. You got to strike them before they strike you. You want an education of a lifetime, yeah? Watch Evolution. Watch what I do to her. Study it. Take notes. Be in awe. Because no amount of training or privilege or self-righteousness is going to prepare you for what I'm about to do to you.
Becky,
that's enough.
Coach, let her talk. Coach, let her talk. Just...
Oh, here we go. Look, now there's a brawl. I tell you, it's done really well. I love how they film this. I've been asking for something different and different locations, and they certainly seem to be trying that. I didn't realise this was, like, filmed. I thought it was just, like, pictures and things for social media. Charlotte goes, "Who are you?" And Becky goes, "I'm the women's champion."
Becky.
That is great. And true.
Attacks,
Factually correct.
after all of the insults.
I love it. I love
What
it.
you did at the Performance Center was unforgivable. You disrespected the foundation that got us to where we are today. No, you know what that fight proved? That this isn't just about titles or friendships. No, you changed. And there's no going back because there's no line that you won't cross. At
Yeah, but the crowd
WWE
like that
Evolution,
about
I
her.
win back my SmackDown Women's Championship. I won't just be standing over a defeated opponent. I'll be standing over a friend who lost her way.
We want Becky.
So it comes down to this for the first time ever, a last woman standing match for the SmackDown Live Women's Championship. Becky Lynch defends against Charlotte Flair.
No pinfalls, no countouts. No...
See, the thing was, Becky was in the wilderness for a long time. Becky wasn't getting any opportunities. And then when she finally did, Charlotte got in the way. So it's understandable why people support Becky.
We'll find out this Sunday.
First woman to incapacitate.
Here comes Rusev. So is this Rusev against Aiden? Rusev. Big thing with Fox taking over SmackDown is they want more sports-style show. And supposedly Daniel Cormier is going to try out as commentator. I did hear that. He's put it on hold, though, hasn't he? Rusev! Rusev! Aiden English. It should be good. This feud's been good. To be a champion. Shannon Pickett, shout out to you.
Because we're the best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be.
And we are absolutely glorious.
Love Becky, just can't get behind Charlotte.
We will be one step closer to winning the Mixed Match Challenge.
We'll see.
WWE Mixed Match Challenge. Tonight, streaming live on Facebook Watch.
Daze, NWO or Hardy Boys? Oh, that's quite tough, actually.
Born from gold.
I don't know. I mean, at the moment, right now, I would say the Hardy Boys. But I think back in the day, like if you had NWO in their prime and you had Hardy Boys in their prime, I would... That's really tough. I feel like I'm leaning towards NWO. I think they were cooler. That's chance to be in the championship poll. We've got new champions. Have we? Shout out to Evan Blackman. Lana, Becky. Ipswich is in the middle of nowhere. My nan lived in Great Yarmouth, East Anglia, and can be proper lonely. Yeah, I know. It's weird, isn't it? Weird. Shout out to Jose David Vidales. Is it Vidales? The Outsiders. Now they were cool. I thought the Outsiders were cool. What are your thoughts on Hulk joining again? I think he's apologised. So he's apologised to the roster. The majority of the roster have accepted it. My understanding is that parts of the roster aren't convinced or aren't sure. But at what point do you go, let's bring him back and he can, you know, prove that surely if you give someone that second chance, they have to be able to show that they've changed. I don't know at what point does he come back? I'm fine with him coming back now. I think he's apologized. I feel like he was sincere in that, you know, I mean, wrestling is his life. So to be on the outside of WWE is not where someone like Hulk Hogan wants to be. And I think he regrets saying what he's saying, and, you know, just of the interviews I've seen him give. So I would bring him back. I don't think it's an easy road. I totally understand people are going to have a different opinion on that. I'm just of the mindset that if you are going to give someone a second chance, you got to give them a second chance. You got to bring them back. You got to let them. I mean, if he messes up again, I'm not sure if I see a way back. He's in Last Chance Saloon. Right. Here's Aiden English.
Rusev, I turned your World Cup dreams into dust. And now I destroy you in this city of dirt and rust. Lana, watch.
Like how Xavier Woods responded to Hulk's apologising.
Instead of a short Rusev Day, you could have had a hot, long Aiden night.
So Aiden saying, Lana, rather than having a short Rusev Day, you could have a very long, enjoyable Aiden night. Read into that whatever you want. Rusev now getting his hands on Aiden. Ripping the shirt off Aiden. Aiden gets thrown into the ring. Little fist bump there. Little fist bump between Lana and Rusev. Spinning neckbreaker by Aiden English. Surely this should be a straightforward win for Rusev.
Classic case of jealousy. This Aiden English, he truly believes.
Aiden, look, turning his attention to Lana.
Start this again.
Look at that Aiden saying this is your fault. Wow, Lana just threw a shoe. Mashka kick. Lana threw her shoe at Aiden.
You mess with the wrong couple, Aiden.
How long has Rusev waited for
Here we
this?
go, look, Aiden.
Cinched in here on Aiden English. And English
Aiden taps to the accolade. Rusev doesn't want to let go. What did that serve, though? That's...
Rusev gets retribution tonight on Aiden English.
All the controversy, all the questions. Was it really worth it, Aiden?
So is that it?
This rivalry
That
is
can't
not
be it.
in the way that Aiden English should hope. Meanwhile, another SmackDown Live rivalry is set to reignite from a barbaric Hell in a Cell match now.
What was the point in that?
WWE World Cup to the
I really thought Aiden was going to have a plan.
Jeff Hardy
None. Just got destroyed.
SmackDown Live's about to become must-see.
Oh, Miz is getting ready for Miz TV.
Guest on Miz TV, Rey Mysterio, live.
Broke his back, made him humble. That is true. Went full-blown Iron Sheik. 2 months ago, Aleister Black was viciously attacked by Kathy Kelly. We know it was Kathy Kelly. Tomorrow night, the world will find out what I have known all this time. Tomorrow night, we find out the truth.
WWE 2K19, sponsored
that it was Kathy Kelly. Please, everyone, vote for me. I need this win. Why are we getting Jeff and Randy again? We only had Hell in a Cell a few weeks ago. Keep them apart. I gotta be honest, this hasn't been a great SmackDown. Like, the first hour, like, nearly the first hour, it's been a bit so-so. It's really not been a brilliant SmackDown. I mean, it was always gonna struggle to follow what was an absolutely heartbreaking, shocking Monday Night Raw. Raw absolutely wins this week. That Dean turn, just did not see it coming. Yeah, you know, it's a shame that the quality's not a bit better. I don't understand that squash match that we just saw. I don't get the point in that. Hulk returned on Impact with the NWO, but to be honest, I think Hulk should return. I agree. I think he should come back, and let's see. I think Undertaker should be in the Hall of Fame twice. Do you think the Brothers of Destruction are worthy of the Hall of Fame? I'm not sure. I feel like Kane is worthy, absolutely, and Undertaker is worthy. But are the Brothers of Destruction a Hall of Fame team? I'm not sure. I think the Hall of Fame's really got to be for the... Maybe they are. Maybe they are. I have returned after a long break from YouTube. Also, I'm currently in Rhode Island. Okay, for Evolution, very cool. Welcome back, Tom Brady hater, 167. Does Tom Brady still play? I got no idea. Is Tom Brady New England Patriots? Is that Tom Brady? No. That might be Peyton Manning. I don't know. I don't know. Tranquilo Club are champions. Oh. I will get that changed. Tranquilo Club. Well done to Tranquilo Club. Tranquilo. I do like that name. It's a good name. Oh, I'd like to see him tonight. I'd like to see Andrade Cien Almas. Now that would be fun. I'd say Brothers of Destruction are a Hall of Fame team, purely for the fact when they first teamed, ended up breaking Vince's legs, which was incredible.
With great power comes great irresponsibility.
Going to WWE Live in December. Very cool. Tom Brady plays for the New England Patriots. Oh, okay. Who does Peyton Manning play for then? Is he the Pittsburgh Steelers? Here we go. I feel like I know a little bit more about wrestling than I do American football. Miz TV featuring Boyaka Boyaka. There's a Truth TV chant. People want Truth TV.
You got it. Welcome to the most must-see WWE talk show in history. Welcome to...
I think Miz thought they were chanting Miz TV.
1 week ago, the entire world celebrated Smackdown 1000. And some of the greatest sports entertainment memories in recent memory. I mean,
Peyton Manning retired. He was Broncos. Okay.
On his own show. How about Evolution reuniting for the first time on SmackDown Live?
Yeah, last week's SmackDown was cool, wasn't it?
And most importantly, my defeat of Rusev in record time to qualify for the WWE World Cup tournament to determine the best in the world.
Booze.
And no one can forget a future Hall of Famer returning in grand fashion. He defeated the United States champion Shinsuke Nakamura to seal his spot in this tournament. Ladies and gentlemen,
here we go.
Please get up out of your seats and welcome back Rey Mysterio.
Yes. I tell you, how with Roman having to step away, how great is it that they've got Rey? Maybe Rey could, like, get a push. Rey Mysterio.
Return for a man that many would consider the greatest masked superstar ever in all of sports entertainment.
He looks cool, man.
Returning to WWE. It was his first match on Smackdown in nearly 5 years. And Byron, the opportunity that Rey Mysterio was able to secure at Crown Jewel.
An opportunity to prove that he is indeed the best in the world, because Rey Mysterio will join the fray, the World Cup tournament, to determine the best in the world. Talk about the names, Kurt Angle, Seth Rollins, Dolph Ziggler, John Cena.
Thank you very much, Pam Sexton. Future Marine heard that Rey is hurt. What's interesting is they are still showing John Cena on that graphic. So there's rumours going around that John Cena doesn't want to go to Saudi Arabia. But they're still advertising him. Rey Mysterio is here. It is great to see Rey. It is great. Miz sits down. Have you seen they're selling Rey masks on WWE Shop? They're about £40-odd, but they look amazing. Look really good.
As you can see, the WWE Universe is thrilled to have you back. But as the host of Miz TV, I can't help but be a bit curious as to why you are back.
Well, first, let me say that it feels so good to be back home.
Nice. Says it's good to be back home.
But the reason why I'm back is...
See, that wasn't a question. See, I know why you're back. You're around to show the world that the little man can achieve big things, that the little engine can climb up that hill. And if you wish big enough and you try hard enough, then all dreams can come true. I'm going to Crown Jewel.
Oh, booze for Crown Jewel.
How very 90s of you. You see, you've been gone for a little while. People are no longer interested in the plucky underdog anymore. They are interested in larger-than-life stars like me.
I was going to say, this isn't... If they're not into plucky underdogs, then that's not great news for The Miz.
I will repeat that. They are interested in larger-than-life stars like me.
Booze for The Miz. As you would imagine.
See, while you've been on hiatus, I have been here, becoming the most must-see WWE superstar of all time. I've been the big man, the middle man, and I've been little men just like you. I am the star of this show.
I feel like we're building towards Miz against Rey next week.
The multi-talent of the WWE. I do it all, and in 10 days at Crown Jewel, I will advance out of that SmackDown
10
bracket,
days
and I
till
will
Crown
move
Jewel.
on to the finals,
I'm not even sure
and
there's
I will
time to
take
move
on
it now.
Whoever it is, whatever superstar Raw has, and I will beat them, and then I will prove and confirm to you and to everyone here what I already know, that I am the best in the world.
Rey thinking about that. Okay, yeah. Really? Rey saying you're the best in the world.
Rey, I am so sorry to disappoint.
You're absolutely right. I am very disappointed. Because I thought I was booked to be on Truth TV.
Ah, that's a great line. That's a great line. Truth TV chants now. Truth TV. Truth TV.
What, what did you? Is that a joke? Do you want a dance break?
Rey laughing.
Oh, you're full of jokes. You know what? Truth was full of jokes too. And then I beat him and had that show canceled. What happened last week was an illegal broadcast, and I'm taking legal action. And if you don't watch yourself, I will cancel your appearance right here, right now.
Maybe we're getting Mysterio Miz tonight.
Let me do you the favor and save you the trouble, because I didn't come back to SmackDown Live to be on some dusty talk show.
Nice.
I actually came back to compete. So
Mysterio standing.
If you have nothing else to say, órale se, cállate la boca.
Miz just...
And let's throw down...
Not happy.
Right now.
You see, I wouldn't do it now. I would build it for next week.
Rey, I can assure you that no one here wants us to fight.
The crowd there absolutely want them to fight.
It's just not going to happen. Nobody really wants...
There's a yes chant.
No, I'm not going to... Guys, you don't understand. I am a changed person. I would never do something...
Oh, and there we go. Miz attacking Rey Mysterio. You knew that was coming. Knew that was coming.
Rey said Kayate La Boca. You know what that means? I don't either.
Oh, Enziguri. Miz is set up for the 619, but I think he scouted it and he walks away.
Will Miz accept it? Are we going to have this match next?
I think we will. There we go, and I think we go to an ad break.
I can't believe it, and I've seen you in your prime. I've cheered your victories and your opponents in your era, and I can finally...
Love Rey's little mask, the mohawk, and they're both in ring gear, so it's obvious, yes. Yeah, I mean, I would build that for next week. I think that's a great match for next week. Why do you have to get it now? Lesnar is as well, saying about him wins. We are 7 away from the next wheel. If anyone's watching and they haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe. Hello to Just Bronson. Hope you are well, my friend. Daze Habib versus Lesnar in a wrestling match if they weighed the same. If they weighed the same, then yeah, but they're miles out. So I don't see that happening. Khabib against Mayweather. They're very similar. Apparently that could happen. I've not seen anything yet, But Khabib Mayweather, that would be fascinating. In a boxing match, that would be fascinating. So, yeah, I'd love to see that happen. We know that we're getting Daniel Cormier coming up very soon, actually. I will be live streaming that. UFC, the next UFC. Is it 2:30, I think? Is it 2:30? Against Derek Lewis, Daniel Cormier. So, Daniel Cormier against Derek Lewis. That's of added interest now because Cormier looks like he will come to WWE and be a commentator. Yeah, you're starting to see a lot more crossover, more and more crossover now. Obviously, Ronda Rousey come over. Brock Lesnar keeps bouncing back and forth. WWE would have loved to have got Conor McGregor at some point, but I think he's out of their price range now. Yeah, it's very interesting. Diaz and McGregor 3 has to happen soon. I need that in my life. I'm alright with it not happening. I know that's controversial, but they've got one win each, and I don't know. I worry for McGregor at the moment. He's not won in a while. I know he's not had many matches, but obviously lost against Mayweather, lost against Khabib, and he needs a victory. McGregor needs, I think, a fight against someone a little lower in the rankings, and then maybe do the Diaz fight. But I think if he has the Diaz fight now, I don't know if he wins. What do you think about John Cena in the 2020 Hall of Fame? Well, John Cena goes in at some point. I don't know if it's 2020. It would make more sense that it happened once he retires. I mean, The Rock hasn't gone in yet. So, I feel like The Rock should go in before John Cena. Watched a lot of 0405 Raws. And Captain Charisma Christian, before he went to TNA, was so over. And he was just buried and moved to SmackDown. Not surprised he left. He could have been big. Yep. I mean, they kind of have an idea, don't they, of who they want to push. And sadly, if your face doesn't fit, if you're not the chosen ones, then you won't get those opportunities. Real shame. McGregor has been all about the media for a while now, and the money, of course. McGregor against CM Punk. In what realm? That would never happen in the octagon. It would never happen in the boxing ring. Could happen in the wrestling ring, but I don't think there's enough money in it for it to be a wrestling contest. Okay. Championship poll. Here we go. We have got Rey Mysterio against... There we go, guys. That is the championship. Right, I need to change the top bit.
Rey Mysterio trying to launch himself over the top, and now Miz sent it to our desk and a boot right to the chin.
Because it is Miz versus Rey Mysterio. Rey Mysterio on the outside. Tell you what, Rey's attire looks awesome. It's black. It's got like white stripes down the side. There's a bit of yellow in there. There's a bit of red in there. It looks cool. It'd make a great figure.
First time these two have gone one-on-one, guys, in 6 years. Last time was SummerSlam 2012.
Wow.
Mysterio all over the Miz, and
first time these two are wrestling in 6 years.
He withstand an entire one-night tournament at Crown Jewel. You're talking about a guy who has made a career.
When are we getting a new entrance playset? Well, that is definitely a question for Bill.
Incorrect. Rey Mysterio has done it all and then some. There's absolutely no reason he couldn't do it once again.
Mysterio splash into the corner, but Miz moved out the way. Matt Riddle will be huge, yes. Vice Master, I don't have 2K19. Miz has got Mysterio on that middle rope. Is Miz going to do a 6-1? Okay. I thought the Miz was going to do a 619. See that it's saying there's still a little bit of lag. It's gone. There we go. Should be okay. Duck underneath.
And now Miz trying to slow him down, looking for the ripcord, and now
kick to the section. Good match, says Efren. Ah, here we go. He's got him queued up for the 619. Oh, Miz gets out the way. Nice. DDT from the Miz. 2.5. Right, we're going to an ad break. There we go. Well, we are back and we are 2 away from the next Wheel of Fun. So if anyone is watching and you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe and we could do a Wheel of Fun. We've got 45 minutes left of SmackDown. It's been a so-so SmackDown. Personally, I would have preferred this match next week. And, you know, could have built it up a little bit more. Could have been a little bit of, you know, verbals exchanged on Twitter between now and next week. And I don't know, I just feel like there was no build to this. Rey Mysterio was on Miz TV, and now we've got a match. I would just like a little bit more of a build. But match is good. Match, you know, absolutely fine. I don't know what's still to come. I'm not sure what's going to be the main event. Have they announced it? Jeff and Randy is still to come, but is that the main event? Don't know. Hey Daze, me and my dad were wondering if you sent the Umaga figure because we are both really excited. Stuff has been sent, yes, so should be on its way. Seth, you're going to need Wheel of Fun. It's 1 away, dude. Mysterio's legs look like toothpicks. I can't say I've noticed. But there we go. We need a Mil Muertes versus Rey Mysterio feud. That would be amazing. There we go. So now we're at the wheel. So it's the Wheel of Fun. Everybody loves the Wheel of Fun. What was that? Is that the wheel? It's the Wheel of Fun. Not great. But, you know, the vocal cords aren't warmed up because we didn't really do it yesterday. Right, please, not forfeit. I've had forfeit twice in a row. My mouth is numb. Give me something else. Still not spinning quite well. Slam attack. Okay. I'll take slam attack. So we've got slam attack. So we've got a couple of packs of cards as Rey and Miz continue their fight. You'll get 1 pack to open yourself. And let's have a quick look at this pack, see what we've got inside. The winner will get these as well. Stone Cold Steve Austin. Jake the Snake. These are cool, man. Stone Cold Steve Austin and Jake the Snake Roberts. Night of Champions. Jim Ross. I think we've got like a Legends pack. Jim Ross. And Sheamus, the High Cross by Sheamus. So, not a bad pack. Some nice little cards there. And a pack for you to open as well. And I will throw in a Wrestling Daze autograph. So, that will go to the 5th person that gives me the word Miz. 5th person that gives me the word Miz.
Shot right to the midsection. Mysterio with the instant
Mysterio on the outside. Springboard. Oh, gets caught by Miz. Neckbreaker.
Miz, can he put away Mysterio? And another kick out.
Incredible resiliency is something Rey Mysterio has used as a hallmark throughout his career.
Okay, let's have a look. I said the fifth person. I was having to watch the match because it looks like we're getting towards the end of it. Let me find the fifth. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That goes to Future Marine. Well done, Future Marine. Those cards are on the way to you, my friend. Miz getting frustrated with Rey Mysterio.
Until later tonight at Mixed Match Challenge alongside Asuka. Now he's in there with one of the greatest of all time.
He's got Rey looking for the skull-crushing finale. Rey firing some elbows at the Miz. The Miz now. Okay, Rey has got him queued up for the 619. Connects. Springboard. Splash 2. Rey Mysterio wins. Not a great surprise. But is that going to be the winner of the World Cup?
Rey Mysterio's one of the greatest of all time.
Yeah, Rey Mysterio has proven that he hasn't lost a step. And how about the incredible
Good match, actually. Good match.
into the WWE World Cup to determine the best in the world. I'm shocked at what went down, thus by definition making it a shocking victory.
I think I could see John Cena, Rey Mysterio being the final of World Cup as long as John Cena actually goes. There's a lot of rumours that John might not be attending. But that'd be a great match, wouldn't it? John Cena versus Rey Mysterio. We could legit see some really exciting matches in that World Cup. We're seeing the Jeff Hardy face paint. It looks really cool. It's all like purple and white. It's got, I think, 2 faces either side. Jeff Hardy's face painting game has really gone to the next level. It's wonderful. Here comes Naomi. I don't know who she's facing. Quick to the block.
And guys, I guarantee you, Long Island, New York, the Nassau Coliseum is going to feel the glow.
Feel the glow. I've never seen no one like me. I've never seen no one like me. Oh, here comes Asuka. Dun-dun-dun.
Saxon, if she weren't married, Naomi would be the perfect woman for you. She comes with her own nightlife.
Yes. Are they going to take on the Iconics again? Are we going to see another rematch? I hate this Naomi Asuka team. Just doesn't make any sense to me.
Sunday will be involved in a battle royal for a future women's title opportunity at Evolution.
Seth, are you the champion? Well done. I think that is your 5th now, so I think that's a Hall of Fame induction. Achieved. Achievement unlocked. Where is that text? Let me change this.
HP EliteBook X360 with Intel Core i7 processor.
Jake Snake Roberts promo before WrestleMania 6 against Ted DiBiase with Mean Gene is the best promo I've ever seen. I've seen it, dude. I can't recall it, but I've seen WrestleMania 6
Ha, frozen.
a fair few times.
My £87.50.
Seriously though,
Yeah, I can't quite recall it.
Had it at the ATM, paid for curry.
Oh, he spoke with a hushed tone though, didn't he? Jake the Snake, when he was cutting his promos.
Weird pocket. Hannah, unfreeze that card.
Freeze and unfreeze your Barclays debit card with the Barclays.
Do I need to DM you my address? Yes, please. Yes, please, Future Marine, because there's every chance that I delete it. I tend to delete them once I've sent stuff. Just at a commercial break, we know that we've got Asuka and Naomi against someone and someone. I'm guessing it's going to be the Iconics. I don't know, bit of a flat SmackDown. I still feel that way. Even though that Rey Mysterio Miz match was fine. It kind of came out of nowhere. There was very little build. There was very little, you know, on the line. I really feel like when you get to the main roster, every match should be important. Every match, like Rusev, Aiden English, absolutely fine. It's a grudge match. I understand. I don't know where they go from there because Aiden was just destroyed in a squash match. But I really do feel like Rey against Miz should mean something. It should count towards something. And it just, they never do. I mean, there wasn't even any problem. There was no... What's the point in having that match if it doesn't achieve anything? Do you get a winner's bonus? I don't know. Talks about Ted grovelling for the money and how appropriate that the money he grovels for is his own. Jake could not raise his voice. And because of his charisma, low voice, he captured people's minds. It's very cool, man. Jake the Snake's promos are legit awesome. I think things are on the way. Yeah, things have been sent out. I know people, I've had people that have received stuff, so should just be on the way, dude. I mean, it depends where you live, obviously. It's going to be a little bit different if you live in the UK compared to if you live in the US. Still at a commercial break for those of you that are interested. And when we come back, we've got Asuka, Naomi. Jackson Oak says, this is a question for the Cringe Crew. What is your favourite Rey Mysterio attire? I can tell you that I personally, I absolutely love that Rey Mysterio entrance great figure. It's the one where he's got the really tall headdress. It's got like a, and it's an eagle head at the front. And it just looks really cool. It's like native Indian. I'm not sure what it was based on. But it was a WrestleMania attire. And it was really cool. Someone actually brought that figure to show me at Wrestling Shop Live. I wish I'd got a picture of it, but I didn't. And, I mean, there's pictures online. But, yeah, I actually got to look at it, which was really cool. So, personally, I love that attire. I'll tell you, the attire I hate is the one with the question mark on the front. I don't like it. I just don't think it's very adventurous. God, what's going on? Why can't we just go back? There we go. It's his WrestleMania Championship winning attire. My mom has it. Your mom has what? That figure, or... I'm guessing that figure. Oh, okay. It's going to be against Sonya Deville and Mandy Rose, I'm guessing. Okay. Interesting. Let me... I love Mandy Rose's music. I like it. It's kind of, I I could see myself in a bar at like 2 a.m. somewhere. Like, just really chilled, man, on like a Saturday morning. Like, I don't know, maybe 3 a.m., 4 a.m. Early hours of the morning in a bar with a drink.
We get it. Mandy Rose is here. Oh, well, you're a master broadcaster, aren't you? I'm really good. Asuka and Naomi.
Yeah, man. Good vibes. What'd be really cool is if someone did like a DJ night, a music night, using only wrestlers' entrance music. Iconics. Iconics are here. I am so excited.
What's exciting about Newark? Oh, no. I was talking about this Sunday at WWE Evolution.
WWE Evolution.
The Battle Royal. And it will be iconic.
By we, she means I, because only one person can win the Battle Royal. Friendships go out the window.
Lana.
I have never been so happy to see Lana.
I think the Iconics are like, Lana, how dare you? We was doing our thing.
Happy Lana Day!
Happy Lana Day. Okay, this is how many women can we fit into a segment? Welcome to how many women can we shoehorn into one segment? Are you a woman? Get out there quick! Here's Carmella. Zigga Zigga. Can't have a dance break. No. No. Okay, we've got like... We've got an all-out war. Zelina Vega came running down. Wow, Asuka's down. Got kicked by Carmella. It's just all-out war. I'm not going to lie. This is literally a segment to promote the Battle Royal. We got Zelina Vega in there, throwing out Mandy Rose. So we're down to Zelina Vega and Lana. Vega, double knees to Lana in the corner. Asuka is in the ring. Oh, this is cool, actually. Asuka sneaking up. Oh! Spinning heel kick. Asuka has to win that Battle Royal. She has to win that Battle Royal. So that segment was only good for me getting to sing along and enjoy the Mandy Rose entrance music. Fair enough. Andrade and Sanity need to be used more. Yes. I don't even know where Sanity have gone. And back days, what did I miss? Not a great deal, actually. We've had Miz against Rey Mysterio. We've had Rusev Aiden English. It's been so-so. just talking about the Evolution card, and then honestly, I think we're going to get Jeff Hardy, Randy Orton, and that'll be the end of the show. No one is ready for Asuka.
We'll meet in the Ultimate Battle Royal with the Ultimate Prize on the line, a future championship opportunity. You're only eliminated when you're tossed over the top rope and both feet hit the floor.
And for the first time ever, a last woman standing match from SmackDown Live. Becky Lynch and Charlotte Flair meet in a match where you win by incapacitating your opponent so they cannot answer the count of 10. It's last woman standing.
History will be made this Sunday live from the Nassau Coliseum on Long Island. It is the first ever all-women's pay-per-view WWE Evolution streaming live on the WWE Network. If you haven't done so already, head to WWENetwork.com to sign up because Evolution is free for new subscribers.
Do you think there's going to be any girls from NXT UK at Evolution?
We can't forget about what's still to come tonight. We have seen a more vicious Randy Orton in recent
I don't think
months
so.
than ever before.
I don't know where they're going to put them.
Is in action.
I think that Battle Royal seems to be quite full, so I'm not sure they would go into that Battle Royal. Up next, Jeff Hardy, Randy Orton. There we go. Fighter, what's it take to be a champion? Randy Orton. There we go. Will Asuka be the first who wins 2 Rumbles Battle Royal in a row? Well, she's my pick to win. In fact, we need to do the Evolution predictions. I'll do that. I'll try and get it done tomorrow. I think, are we going to a commercial break? Yes. There we go. So, yes, I know I keep saying it, but very so-so episode of SmackDown. Not really a great deal for us to get our teeth into. Not really a great deal for us to analyse. I think there's been some good things. Really enjoyed the Charlotte-Becky kind of backstage performance centre brawl. I thought that was done very well, the way it was recorded. It was great to see some of that NXT talent on screen on SmackDown Live. So I thought that was really cool. And I also have enjoyed some of the action. I think some of the matches have been fine. Like Miz Mysterio was an absolutely fine match, but I will never go back and watch it again. There's nothing for me to go back and watch again. That segment with the women was a bit throwaway. There wasn't really much point to that. Rusev Aiden English was a squash. The Daniel Bryan AJ Styles thing, I really think they could build that so much better. Should that not be a battle to find who the best in the world is? Like, I know that's what they're trying to do with the World Cup, so maybe that's why they don't want to use that terminology. Perhaps they want to save the best in the world for whoever wins the World Cup, but I just feel like this, you could argue this is Daniel Bryan versus AJ Styles. You are legit talking about some of the best wrestlers in the world. So I just feel like there's a better story there rather than, oh, he hit me. Was it an accident or not? Who cares? Who cares? You're going to have a match at Crown Jewel. And the rumours are that Daniel Bryan's, not happy about it and doesn't want to do it, doesn't want to go to Crown Jewel. So I don't know if that's true or not. Certainly they're still advertising it. I can't see Daniel Bryan pulling out at this stage. I mean, we're 10 days away. At this stage, I'm struggling to see them moving the show from Saudi Arabia. I think there has to come a point where it's too late. And surely it's too late. I mean, surely stuff is on its way to Saudi Arabia now. So I'm not sure. I'm really, really not sure that it will move. I think it will probably go ahead at this point. Bryan versus AJ really should be a Mania match. Yeah. The thing is, the problem with Crown Jewel, and there's many, But if it does go ahead in Saudi Arabia, that is not a smart crowd in the sense of, I'm sure they're smart people. I'm not referring to them as people, but I mean, I don't believe they get Raw and SmackDown every week. I don't think they know what they're watching. So I don't think they know the history of it, and like I don't know how much they know about wrestling. So it's kind of like Daniel Bryan versus AJ Styles is a big match, you know, a really tasty encounter for the title, and given the time, if I would just love them to turn around to AJ and to Daniel and say, do whatever you want. You've got half an hour, 45 minutes if you need it. Do whatever you want. Give us one of the greatest matches we've ever seen. Do what you want. Just make sure you stay safe. And just let them go at it. Let them work it out themselves. They've had that many matches. But I just feel like it gets booked backstage and you've got producers and that need to justify their wages, and I don't know. I feel like we should be getting better matches from the main roster than we are. Why is it that, like, TakeOver can absolutely blow you away? Yeah, when it comes to the main roster, it rarely does. Something that is interesting, though, Shane McMahon, the commish, is here. Let's see what Shane's got to say.
How much fun was it to see all of the McMahons dancing on True TV last
Well, I'll tell you what, he seems in good spirits.
Shane McMahon back here on SmackDown Live, and the commissioner has been working.
Is he on commentary or something?
With his sister, Commissioner of Raw, Stephanie McMahon, not only.
Let's see what Shane's got to say.
Coming up this Sunday, streaming live on the
Hopefully it's not more bad news.
But especially the Crown Jewel event where we will see the WWE World Cup to determine.
Is he about to tell us that they're going to move Crown Jewel? That is an announcement that I want to hear.
Whoever wins this tournament is truly going to earn the right to be called.
Crown Jewel won't be in Saudi Arabia anymore. UK, we're coming! That would be sick.
Thank you for the love, and right back at you. What's up, Newark?
Here we go. What have you got to say, Shane?
There's a lot of firsts happening around WWE right now.
Yeah.
Including the first ever all-women's pay-per-view called Evolution happening this Sunday.
Is he going to enter? Is he joining the Battle Royal?
Occasion in WWE history, and for all of the women of the past and present that have made this happen, congratulations to you all. I can't wait to watch.
Yep.
And well deserved.
Very excited to see Alundra Blaze in that Battle Royal.
Another first is going to happen at Crown Jewel, where the first ever WWE World Cup will determine
the best
who will be known
in America.
As the best in the world.
The world.
Think about that for a second.
Yeah, let's think about that for a second.
Knowing that they are the best in the world. But who can that person be?
CM Punk, the CM Punk chants. Shane's like got a. He said he can't be. He can't be. He's not in the tournament.
Talent competing in WWE. An immense amount of talent competing in WWE's World Cup. Personally, I think that somebody from the blue brand is going to be known as the best in the world. Could it be the Enigma Jeff Hardy?
Okay, where's this going? I don't understand.
Could it be the multi-talented, both on the microphone and getting it done in the ring? Could it be the Miz?
Booze for the Miz.
Could it be a returning WWE superstar that's been on fire from last week qualifying and tonight?
Booyaka,
Could
booyaka.
it be Rey Mysterio?
Yes, to answer your question, it could be.
could it be? One of the most decorated WWE superstars in history, Randy Orton.
Well, it could be any of them, couldn't it, in truth?
We will find out who is truly going to be named best in the world at Crown Jewel, but that's then and this is now. So Newark, are you ready for your main event?
So he's come
Let's
out.
do it. Now, I don't know about you, but frankly, the SmackDown Live side of the WWE World Cup to determine
That's
the best
weird.
in the world,
So he's come out to announce the main event. Part of me kind of likes that. Because it makes this feel a little bit more important. The fact someone's told me this is the main event, which I already knew.
If a superstar like a Jeff Hardy were to come out victorious in this tournament, a man who's, well, his career,
I wish Jake was higher power. I know JR's comment. Brilliant. Mention Jake as the higher power. You're talking some old school stuff there, dude.
Next week, SmackDown Live rolls through Atlanta, guys. I'm curious to see what the fallout is from the first ever all-women's pay-per-view, WWE Evolution.
I don't understand Shane. Why was Shane coming out? I really thought he had an announcement, and he didn't.
Remember, it was Randy Orton who cost Jeff several weeks of his career after that.
Got to get Shane back on TV.
Took place last month. Jeff Hardy had to be taken to the hospital.
Yeah.
He walked out of the hospital under his own power. The very next day, took to Instagram, told the WWE Universe, "I'm okay, and I will be back." He's back tonight with a vengeance.
Here comes Randall.
And his opponent from St. Louis, Missouri, weighing in at 250 pounds.
Well, there can't be two. I mean, like, there's only 15 minutes, less than that, of the show left. That's pretty funny, though, when he was talking about who's going to be the best in the world, and there was CM Punk chants, and Shane was like, he can't win the tournament, he's not in it. Daze, do you think Ronda will ever go back to the UFC? No, is my gut feeling. I suppose she might have a one-off match, but I think she's moved on. Would be cool to see Big Show versus Authors of Pain. Surely the Authors of Pain would win? Because they're a tag team. And they're huge. CM Punk return confirmed. You've missed Samoa Joe, Andrade. I've missed Andrade. I'm not sure I've missed Samoa Joe. I'm gonna live forever. How long we got? 13 minutes. JBL versus Blue Meanie confirmed for the Crown Jewel main event. Yes. Well, whatever happens, wherever it happens, we will be live streaming. One of the big problems with today's WWE, despite the talent they have, we see the same matches, even with the roster split. Makes me realise how they can't utilise new call-ups. Totally true. I mean, there's so much talent they've called up that's just sat on the back benches. I mean, Sanity, Andrade, No Way Jose. Like, they've called these people up. Tyler Breeze. Tyler Breeze was saying opportunity is going to come soon, isn't it? Like, Tyler Breeze desperately waiting for opportunity, but opportunity just not coming. Mr. Monkey saying this is a weird episode. Yeah, it kind of is, isn't it? I do feel like we're going through a bit of a change at the moment. Like, we're definitely starting to see more location promos. Like, we've seen, obviously, the thing at the Performance Center. On Raw, we saw the Brothers of Destruction at the Graveyard. So, I feel like we're starting to see a few promos that aren't just backstage. I'm into that. Shane coming out and not really saying anything, but announcing that this is the main event. I'm sort of into that. I'm sort of into it. So I'll take that as an improvement as well. So we're seeing a little change there also. I think they have tried to make matches have a bit more purpose. It's been a bit of an off night for that tonight, to tell the truth. Like, really, what does this match matter anymore? Their feud is, you know, done. It was done about a month ago. Yet we're getting Jeff Hardy against Randy Orton again, so I'm not too down on this because that feud was red hot. But I don't know. I do feel like they could do better. But they do also get a lot of stuff right as well. I'm not down on them. It's certainly not been a chore to sit here and watch SmackDown Live tonight. It's not been a problem. Repetitive matches are a real problem. They give away matches too soon on free TV rather than build. Yes. Sometimes I think they call people up just to free space for NXT. Maybe. Kofi versus Big Show. Miz versus Rey. Orton, Jeff Hardy. It's like we're in 2010 again. That is... Do you know what? You might even be able to find an episode of SmackDown that had that exact match card. It wouldn't surprise me. Guys, this is the first time they've met up in the ring for a month. So, there we go. Big deal. Where is Tyler Breeze from? I have a question you will not know the answer to. Off the top of my head, I don't. European uppercut from Randy Orton. They should be called the BBW, the Bad Booking Wrestling. Liam says, if CM Punk returned, I would run around town screaming my head off. Wow, I hope he doesn't, for your town's sake. Driving Jeff Hardy's head into the ring steps. If they do the Royal Rumble finish in 2008 of reversing a twist of fate into an RKO, I'll be disappointed. Wow.
To the leg, here's a cover and a kick out. Yeah, with the field shrink to 7, or at the very least, would Jeff Hardy be in terrible condition for what we know is going to be a one-night tournament. Shane McMahon is very much looking forward to it. We heard him earlier on tonight.
Wheel of Fun, yeah, we'll do that at the next ad break. Stomping away from Orton. He's picking up Jeff Hardy.
Every step, every ounce of the punishment he gets to inflict. Cover, shoulders down, kick out. Remember, this is a man of Randy Orton who made it a point to absolutely torment the existence of Jeff Hardy. Remember last week, the 1000th episode of SmackDown, we saw Evolution reassembled, the Hall of Famer Ric Flair, Triple H.
Headlock at the moment. Randy Orton has got Jeff Hardy in a headlock. Jeff Hardy up on his feet, trying to break out of it, firing a few shots to the midsection. What was that?
Brought a different level of sadism to WWE, for lack of a better term.
I didn't see what Randy Orton did there, but Jeff Hardy got absolutely planted. Oh, I think he grabbed him by the hair. Nice drop kick by Randy Orton. Got some good height on that drop kick. What do you think of the Charlotte Becky feud? I think, Angelo, I'm really into it. I think it's been one of the better segments tonight. I think it's been really interesting. I love the fact that they've continued it outside of the arena and they went to the Performance Center. I like that. I like the fact that they're kind of taking the feud to different locations. I didn't really like the Charlotte talking piece that she did after. I didn't feel like that was necessary. But I think it's a great feud. I think Becky is super over. And honestly, I'm not sure what Charlotte does from here.
Very true. Jeff Hardy caught up here in the turnbuckles.
Vegan strong style, blah, blah, blah.
Can pick apart
Stomping away. Randy is stomping away on Jeff Hardy.
And Orton not stopping and finally relinquishes only at the official's behest.
Almost sense maybe in the back of Orton's mind he wants to finish the job he started with Hardy. You don't need to sense it, Saxton. And Randy Orton's all
Randy.
tell you. Oh, no,
Oh, is he doing? Oh, he's doing the ear thing again.
Oh, God, come on, Randy. Oh. And the official's count slowing down Orton made him stop.
The ear thing again from Randy Orton on Jeff Hardy. Into the commentary table. This is like the never-ending feud. Hardy planted onto that commentary table.
There is no bound to the viciousness of Randy Orton. Listen.
Be Like No One says, I love badass Becky.
Jeff Hardy was dropped onto the table, and now Randy Orton continues the assault.
Jeff Hardy thrown back into the ring. Kick out by Hardy.
Hardy hanging on to this point, but you have to begin to ask the question, how much does Jeff Hardy have left?
There can't be long left.
It's almost as if Orton has no real sense of urgency right now.
Yeah, there's real lack of pace to the match.
Like I said earlier, this is the perfect pace for Randy Orton. Striking at will.
Oh no, and again going after
Randy again going for that ear, but Jeff Hardy fighting back. Firing some shots at Randy. Randy throwing Jeff. Picking up atomic drop.
Inverted atomic drop. Right to the
Nice.
and Jeff Hardy with the
Basement drop kick. 1, 2. Needs a little more than that.
Successful at stringing together an offensive response, but can Hardy maintain it?
I think Asuka could beat Ronda. I think Asuka could be the one. Either that or maybe Shayna Baszler turns on Ronda. I could see that happening. Kick to the midsection. Ooh. Looking for the twist of fate, but couldn't quite get it. Boots to the face. Jeff Hardy goes up. Whisper in the wind. 1, 2. Kick out. Getting down to the final few minutes. George saying he enjoyed the Hell in the Cell. Good finish. Yeah, I thought the match was good. I thought the feud was good. I think it's been a very powerful feud. It's had some great moments. It's just a shame. It felt like it was done, though. I don't really know why we've revisited it. Twist of fate, and I think Jeff's going to go up for the senton. Swanton.
One of the greatest risk takers in the history of WWE. What's the swanton?
No, Randy rolls away.
Smart decision by Randy Orton. Get out of harm's way. Hardy not wasting any
Hardy
time.
went for the swanton to the outside, and Orton moved.
And Jeff Hardy just went splat. Look at this. Oh gosh, the nasty thud of
At the moment, we've got Jeff Hardy, Randy Orton. Both guys are down on the outside of the ring. Randy Orton on his knees, going over to Jeff Hardy, grabbing Hardy by the hair. Front face lock, both guys getting up to their feet. Not sure what Randy's looking for. I think he's just going to throw him back in the ring. I mean, we're in the final seconds here. They've got to do something to put it away.
Suffering disaster there on the outside.
It's got to be an RKO.
The Viper that capitalizes.
The Viper going to that place. There's breath in Orton's lungs. There's venom in his heart. As Jeff Hardy's about to find out.
A sick smile on
Coming to
Orton's
the
face.
end. Going for the RKO, but reverse. Kick to the midsection. No. RKO! There it is. 1, 2. Randy Orton wins with the RKO. Right. I can't see anything else happening. So let's go. It's the Wheel of Fun. Everybody loves the Wheel of Fun. What was that? Is that the wheel? It's the Wheel of Fun. Dun -dun -dun. Just showing a replay. Spin the wheel, see what it's going to land on. Still not right, the wheel. Still very upset. Slam attack! Right, we are at Slam attack again. Going to give a pack away. And we will open up a pack as well. As we watch Randy Orton celebrating in the ring. A bit of a nothing match, to be honest. Very slow pace. We have got Sin Cara, TLC, Titus O'Neil. God, we need a good card here. A casket match. That's not bad. Casket match card's pretty cool. And Wade Barrett. Oh, not a great pack, but you do get a pack of cards to open yourself as well. That will go to the third person that gives me the word Orton. Third person gives me the word Orton. You will win those cards and you will get a Wrestling Daze autograph. Third person that gives me the word Orton. Here we go. So just a reminder, you get an unopened pack. You also get Sin Cara, casket match. Jack Stone. Well done, Jack Stone. You win these cards, my friend. Wade Barrett as well. I'm afraid I've got some good news, Jack Stone. Jack Stone, you have won. I am going to give that episode of SmackDown 6.8, maybe a 7, but there wasn't a great deal to get excited by. It was not a very good episode. I mean, it was okay. It had its moments. I'm going to say 6.8. Get your scores across as we head towards the finish line. Let me know, how did you rate this week's SmackDown Live? Have a look, see what people are saying. 5 from Derek Rodriguez. 6.7, 5.9, 4, 6.246 from Vegan Strong Style, 7.4, 4.4, 6.6. Just Bronson says it was dull. Yeah, not really much to kind of react to or talk about, but I think Raw kind of gave us more than enough to get our heads around this week. So, with that being said, we will finish there. I am back tomorrow for NXT UK, and then NXT Mae Young Classic. We got the semi-finals. There's plenty going on. All the scores coming through now. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us. Tomorrow, Wednesday night, is wrestling night. We should have some really good stuff to get our teeth into, including who attacked Aleister Black. Definitely Kathy Kelly. Definitely Kathy Kelly. Awesome, guys. Thanks a lot for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye for now.